So you would do the Discover card invite real quick?
Yeah, we're on stream. It sounds good though. This is a Discover card invite. So we're going to talk about. We're about to do the thing, the Tempest Remastered thing.
Yeah.
Brad's setting up something on the side, so we'll know about that.
Shouldn't take long.
Oh man, Brad has a 6-digit credit line available. Everybody steal Brad's super sweet 6-digit.
I think it showed the decimal points there.
If you add a couple more points to the right of that decimal, it could be an 8-digit.
Alright. That's funny.
So we're going to be doing Tempest Remastered. We kind of covered the cards with it. We're going to take kind of whatever goes into it. But starting out, I think that the color ordering for strength is black, red, white, green, blue. I would like not to be in blue. If I see something like I tried one white rider, we'll still go into it, but it's gonna have to be a pretty good blue rare for me to want to start blue. Because I don't know if blue's open. It's not a color I want to fight for because it's kind of shallow. What we mean by shallow is there's not a lot of cards at common specifically that are good. The depth of a color is how many good commons there are in a color, and sometimes you can refer to uncommons as well, but they're not quite as important. So if green has 10 good commons in the set, and blue has, 6, green's a much better color to pick because you're more likely to get good green cards than you are to get good blue cards because of the amount of them. Now, if there's 2 other green players, right, and you're the only blue player, or you're splitting the blue, that can be a lot better situation. You just have to figure out how those numbers in the set goes with it.
Well, here, just
yeah, let's do that. I don't want to give my email address out over here yet. There we go. Alright, so we'll be starting in a second. One of the big things is I want to be black and red, hopefully as one of my secondary or primary colors, so I have access to removal. There's a lot of cards with evasion in the set, and having access to removal will make a big difference.
Alright.
We're still loading?
Yeah, but if I just hit refresh, it'll work.
Let's make sure we're supposed to be where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, it says lock. We're
Awesome.
good.
Alright, let's go ahead and start our Tempest Remastered. Play lobby. Oh, that's us. We want to be the one. Oh, god damn it, we missed it. Oh, gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it.
You're bad at this.
I don't curse.
5 needed.
Alright, where are the Tempest ones? That's sealed.
Tempest
Remastered 8-4.
Tempest block. There's
That's Time Spiral block.
Time Spiral block?
That's Theros, because Theros is still legal. So as far as going infinite goes, when we get to our viewers, Theros block has the most amount of value. And the reason is the cards...
redemption right now, right?
Well, not just because of redemption. That's part of it. But the biggest part is people open it less, so the cards are less available. People are right now currently rapidly opening Fate Reforged and... well, not cons, but dragons. But yeah, cons cards and Theros block is the best drafts of value-wise. But fun-wise, which is where we're at.
I would like to do triple cons. Can we do triple cons? Not right now, obviously.
No, later we might, after Tempest Remastered either leaves or slows down. We can do some stuff.
Fun.
Some people liked it. I didn't like it as much, but...
I didn't like it either. I don't see one. Tempest Remastered 8 needed. Might as well just click that one.
We could do the 8-4, or we can do the 6-2-2-2.
Whatever you want to do, Daniel.
We'll just keep waiting until one of these gets to a decent number. I'd rather do the 6-2-2-2, but we'll drop if this one gets to a decent one quicker. It's hard to say.
It's already down to 3. Oh, that's the wrong one. 6.
Yeah, that's Dragons. People aren't wanting to play Tempest Remastered as much because it's not in the standard format, which makes sense.
And there's not many valuable cards.
In Tempest, other than Wasteland, no. But there's the value of having fun.
Yeah, I can pull up the what things cost if you want, just so we can have it ready. If you
we know the couple cards
that are money draft.
We'll be pulling any card that's worth over 2 tickets first. That's about it. The cards here, other than a couple strong spells, aren't as powerful either. The base level of creatures is lower.
You'd be surprised. A few of the commons might be 2 tickets still. Like the Diabolic Edict might still be 2 tickets.
Yeah, we can check real quick. We can pull up
I mean, we got plenty
MTGO
of time.
Goldfish. We should probably add the MTG to it, not just type in the word goldfish. It's not about fishies. Alright, and...
So you just type in right there. What you want?
Let's type in I want Tempest Remastered as a set.
Maybe we can go to... Let's put it over here.
Yeah.
Maybe we can go to one of these tabs.
Maybe it's under prices.
Oh yeah, probably. Price lists. And then...
Special sets.
What's that? Oh, special sets. Okay.
Is Tempest Remastered on here? Yep. Special sets, Tempest Remastered.
Bam!
Alright, let's look for the highest cards.
So I think it's already sorted that way, isn't it?
Yes. Cards will
So
take.
this is price right here.
Yep. Alright, so it's perfect. It's set by price primarily.
Perfect.
Okay, so this means that we would obviously take Wasteland, which has already dropped to $30 from $40. Wow, that's a big drop. Let's make sure we're in here to... Yep, we're waiting on 4 more.
Yeah.
Mox Diamond, which I'd be happy. No, Wasteland and Mox Diamond, I probably wouldn't play Wasteland. It's not really... It can be a sideboard card, but you're not really going to play it. Mox Diamond, there's a decent chance I'd actually play that card. City of Traders, I may or may not. I probably would lean towards no more than yes, but I'd be happy to pick it. Grindstone's a card I would consider playing mainboard or sideboard. Intuition is a card that I guess I'm going to be taking early, even though I don't really ever want to play it. Humility is a card I'd be happy to take. Interesting that Humility and Time Warp are so high, being that they're mostly for casual play, but I guess EDH does have a strong following here if you want to pick them up. And Lotus Petal, I don't know. That's a hard one because... Oh, it's an uncommon. Woo!
That's pretty good for an uncommon. I mean, look at the rest of them that are rare or mythic that are worth more than $1. And
Yeah.
then some mythics that are worth still less than $1.
Stronghold, I'd be happy to first pick, even if it was worthless. It's the best card on the list so far. Cataclysm's a tough one. I'm not sure if I'd pick that or not.
It's a very build-around card.
First pick, I can build around it. Dream Halls is the same way. Oath of Druids, now we're getting to the point where it's probably not playable. Learn Survival of Fitness, I'd be happy.
Yes, you know
And the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho! Here we go! Woo! Alright, so we're going to be kind of talking through this as soon as they pull up our sweet cards here. Let's get our preview, and we're going to put it down here on the sideboards.
Oh,
Alright,
man. Flame Wave.
so we have some choices. First of all, if we want to go hard red, we can go hard red.
That is the card to do if you're going to go hard red.
It's an amazing card, but we have to be red. We're committing. So let's see what else we have. We can expect a Searing Touch or Wild Diffusion. Searing Touch won't wheel. Wild Diffusion might, which I'd be happy with. Salt Flask is not great. Spine Sliver's the best of the slivers, but still not a reason to be there.
Well, Muscle Sliver's probably the best.
Muscle Sliver, yeah, you're right. Sorry, I meant the
But-
best of the 2-color slivers. You are completely right. Muscle Sliver is by far the best.
Uh,
The Horror is good. So if I'm not taking Flame Wave, I'm looking at Searing Touch, Dethai Horror, Harrow, Spineworm.
so
I think it's...
I'd probably take the Horror if I wasn't taking the Flame Wave, but
Yeah, we're taking the Flame Wave. If we play red, this will be the card that makes us so happy. I would like to be red-green. There's a decent amount of green here. If Harrow, Spine Sliver, or Wall of Diffusion wheel, I'll be happy. Other cards that I would be acceptable to wheel, Telethopter's okay. Alright, so what do we got here? We've got Spirit Mirror, which I said before was only okay. Dismiss, I really don't want to be red-blue. There's not a lot of good creatures in that color combination, so it's real risky. Phyrexian Holt's fine if it wheels, but not exciting. Armored Pegasus is not exciting. I don't even remember seeing Armored Pegasus. It's underwhelming. Let's go ahead and... Convictions.
So the Dryad looks pretty good if you want to be red-green.
Right. Go ahead.
Red-black, the Vampire Hounds looks pretty good. So, I mean, there's always Bottle Gnomes, but I think that'll wheel.
There's Wild Wayward Soul, which I think is the best card in the pack.
Yeah, but you didn't want to be red-blue, so...
It might be worth picking there. I'm gonna go with the Spirit Mirror. I might do some sort of very defensive white-red burn deck. It's a hard pick. I don't know if this is the right one or not, but it has the most potential upside.
Does it have flying or anything this token it makes?
You can make one every turn. Oh, well, here we go. This is another interesting card. So let's see what else we have. We don't have to go into a color. We don't have to be married to our first pick. We're just kind of seeing what's open. Mirari Cat Warriors and Extremely
Dark Banishing.
Hibernation Sliver, Spell Shock, Tin Viper. I do think that we are going to be going with Dark Banishing here. The fact that Dark Banishing is around this late, but also Mirari is very unusual. There was another rare in this pack, because this is a foil.
So, I mean, both of those are super solid.
True, but this is a double green card, and this is a heavy red deck. So I'm going to lean towards the Dark Banishing.
Well, not to mention, removal is probably better than even a good creature.
And that is just a good creature. There's nothing particularly exciting about it. Now, the fact that Spike Breeder here is this late, we have a lot of different colors. I'm not sure which direction we're going in yet. Yeah. We need to choose soon, but
there's also the Pegasus Stampede.
Not excited about that with a deck that wants me to have so much mana, and specifically so much red mana. If we end up playing that, we might not.
Mob Fanatic's not bad either, but it probably will.
It'll probably be gone. The fact that Spike Breeder is here is kind of crazy.
And now we've had 4 picks in 4 different colors.
Yep, we have 4 very strong cards. We're not going to be a 5-color deck, by the way. We're going to wait to see.
We're going to cut a color or 2. Probably 2.
Probably 2. Flame Wave is not that likely. It's a strong card, but we have a card here in Dark Banishing. This is the card I think we can put in whichever color we end up in. If we end up black-red, these are both good cards. If we end up any of these 2 colors, I would be happy. And the other part with this is by making open picks early and just taking a couple of the strongest cards to feel where it's at, when we find our signal, we'll have good cards to go with it. If I end up not playing a color because it's not open and a lot of cards in a color that's not open, then I just have a bunch of weaker cards. Okay. This is the first pack where we kind of need to look here. There is 1 okay blue card. There is 1 okay green card. There's 1 okay red card and 1 okay white card. So it's still just all open.
Wow. So the Gallantry seems pretty good. But
white's the color I want to be in least, though. I'm leaning towards Horned Sliver or Canyon Wildcat. And I think I'm going to go with the Horned Sliver because having 1 toughness is a big...
It's a big drawback on this set.
Yes, it is.
So I think we're going to try to go black-green then, right?
I'm not sure. We have more picks. We could be a green-red deck that has just a couple of Dark Banishings in it as well. Now here, we have our other colors there.
So we have a Spike creature.
Oh, is that Spike Colony? Jeez.
Yeah.
Here I was about to talk about Fugue and Dungeon Shade, and we've got little old Spike
Fugue, but...
Fugue. Yeah, Fugue, whatever.
Fugue.
Fugue. We don't know how to talk here. So I don't think we're going to be white. We're going to keep it here yet because we don't know our second color, but it does look like we're green. Which green-red or green-black has a lot of good removal, and I'm happy to be in those colors. We have a 3, a 4, and a 5 drop, which, we obviously want to pick up more 3s and 4s, and a couple 2s somewhere as well.
And I wonder if we're getting mixed signals or these were really good packs. Like, I don't know if people don't know exactly what they're doing yet, or what.
People don't know what they're doing. This is an early set. It's hard to say what people are aiming for, not aiming for. We're hoping that Spine Sliver comes back around. That'll give me a good feel to being green-red. There is a Sliver deck available. The Slivers deck is a possibility. I don't think we're going to be taking it. I don't really like it. Your Sliver deck is essentially a base green deck that plays 2 colors or splashes another. Okay.
Wow.
The fact that Satali Priest here so late is crazy too.
I like Elvish Fury.
I would probably take Trained Armadon over Elvish Fury.
Well, Trained Armadon is probably better than a white card that we're probably not playing because it's double white.
Right, but this makes me think that white is super open. Like, this is one of the best creatures.
And it got this far.
It's ridiculous. Trained Armadon is also very good. I have no idea what other people are doing. I'm very confused. I'm going to stay out of white.
We may regret it later, but...
It might be super evident. I mean, white might be. We just have been seeing very odd signals. And that's the start of a set. Hopefully, Pack 2 will play out a little bit more clearly for us.
So let's see. We've gotten 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. So this will be the last card before we see the first pack again, right?
So totally Trooper.
And then
white green is what I would have liked to be in.
Oh, really? So we're going to try to do that? You're going to start taking white cards aggressively then?
No, I'm going to take Spike Colony. If Spike Colony wasn't here, I would probably take Solitary Trooper and try to move in. I don't have to be green-white, but I think green-white was what's open. We just couldn't identify it quick enough. We'll keep seeing in the next pack a little bit more. We've got Dustin and some other folks here. Hello. We're about to see if a wheels. Hopefully the Spine Sliver wheels. I would be happy to have that. It's a solid true drop. And if we end up having a tiny kind of splash color for slivers, like we have 4 slivers or 5 slivers, that's great, right? We have a small sliver sub theme. Most of the slivers hold up okay on their own. They both did. Okay, so I would normally take Spine Worm over Spine Sliver, but we have 2 Spike Colonies. We have 2 5-drops already, so we are actually going to take the Spine Sliver here as a 2-drop, or we can take the Sky Shroud Elf here as fixing. So this is a kind of an interesting pick. Both of these are very good. We needed to sort by color, like convert mana cost. Right? We have 3 drops, we have a 4-drop, we have 5 drops. So we're picking one of these 2 drops. I think I'm going to go with the Spine Sliver.
I don't know. If you take the elf, you could go white or red. Oh, well, ran out of time, so.
Yeah, I was leaning towards the Sliver anyway. We already have...
the fixing allows us to maybe pick up a couple good white cards later, though.
Yeah, we're looking for specifically just 1 or 2, maybe 2 of the ways to splash black. They come into play tapped lands that deal 1 damage. Is probably what I'd prefer as opposed to the, well, maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to say. All right, so we have Coercion here, and we have Bottle Gnomes. And I think I'm going to take Coercion for the sideboard.
I think Bottle Gnomes is better.
I'm not going to mainboard it, though, because our green creatures are just going to be better.
That's true.
The likelihood that we end up having to play a Bottle Gnomes is very low. And bringing in Coercion against our very poor matches, as we're going to be possibly playing Jund. We might not. Hibernation Sliver is a card I can't play, because it's 2 off colors. Sea Monster is a card I don't care if the people play. Shatter is a card I don't plan to play, and neither is Thrall Surgeon. So we will take Hibernation Sliver on the side off chance that I end up playing Slivers, although I don't think I will. I don't think any of the other cards are playable.
I think without any mana fixing in the first pack, it's not likely.
There's not really any good mana fixing whatsoever in this set. All right, so Thalico Seer is kind of a late go around here. We're going to pick up the Horn Sliver.
That makes 2 of them. That's pretty good.
All right, so we can take Mog Hollows or Elven Rite.
I think Elven Rite is really good.
You think that that's what you want, the 2 counters over the mana fixing?
Go ahead and get the mana fixing if you have time.
I missed out on it. That's okay. Both of those cards are okay. I might have rather have the mana fixing. I'm not sure. I'd rather have black mana fixing. That's really what I want. I want a green-black or a black-red piece of mana fixing. All right. Gerard's Battle Cry is not a card we're excited about. Capsize is okay. Pine Barrens
we
okay.
didn't get that in the first pack.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and reserve Lightning Blast. I'm not actually sure if we are red, as we still don't really have any red cards except for 1 Flame. So we can abandon red. We can be just green something else. We're green. That's all we really know.
Yeah,
now
the Generate Troll is pretty good.
We can also pick up a card like Gerard's Battle Cry and go more into white. Right.
White was super open last pack. So.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of good white cards here. We can take the Capsize. We can be in green-blue. Capsize is a powerful card, but I really just... Red wasn't that open either.
Yeah, red wasn't very open. I mean, we could abandon red and go blue, or just stick with that good green card in the troll.
I think I'm leaning towards Lightning Blast, and that if we end up playing any red, it's very good. Also, we can play Reanimate.
Ooh. And we've already got the really good removal spell in black, so it doesn't cost us much to go ahead and take Reanimate.
Let's go ahead and move this to the sideboard. I don't think we'll have enough there. We can splash for that. All right, Maze of Shadows is an interesting card. If it wills, we might pick it up. Sultari Monk is still here. They're just taunting me with all these sweet shadow cards.
They really are.
All right, so if we want to go the black-green deck, we have the option of Root Walla and hope that Mulch wheels. I really like this idea. Root Walla is a very powerful 3-drop. Let's go ahead and move this to the sideboard. If we have Root Walla is a more powerful card, Mulch is going to go in the deck if we get the right cards to go with it. So we're going to pick the Root Walla and hope that Mulch wheels. I'd also be happy taking a Maze of Shadow or a Verdant Touch when we end up.
Yeah.
White is fairly open.
I'm really surprised how open white remains. Like, somebody's getting these cards.
Oh, yeah. Flowstone Mauler, excellent. Sarcomancy is not for us. We are either going with the Dothari Horror or the Diabolic Edict. I think
Diabolic Edict. I think that's way more powerful than
the first shadow creature.
Man, removal is just so good, though.
Right, but no removal can kill Deathwire other than red removal.
Well, and Diabolic Edict was the only creature, but...
We'll go ahead
it's
and
up to
reserve it.
you. I mean...
Let's go ahead and go with our Diabolic Edict for now. It's a close pick. Okay, Khazadrix is a card we will reserve, and let's look at the rest of the pack here. Acidic Silver would be okay if we were going in that kind of Jund Sliver feel, but I don't think that's just nearly as consistent. The next best card is Serpent Warrior. Now we need to decide how much black we're going to play. I would rather have Serpent Warrior than Khazadrix if we're not playing a lot of black, but if we end up more black than less, something like Khazadrix can really do a lot of work.
Yeah, right now we've got a removal spell, a reanimate, and this will be our...
It fits in curve well.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we need to decide.
There's a shadowed guy for you, or another reanimate.
We've got... we also have Flowstone Warven, but I probably should stay in black. We have our Deathfly Slayer. This makes us very black. Makes it a little harder for us to play. A second reanimate's not quite as good. Reality Anchor's fine. It's a card we can play main board. Lets us kill a shadow creature or cycle for
cool.
green. I think I'm going to take the second reanimate. And then that will be all of my reanimates. And here we go, Deathstroke. That's what I'm hoping for. This is pushing me towards more of a black-green even feel. The third Spike Colony.
Spike Colony, probably not worth it.
Yeah, white was super open, by the way. A Master Decoy was out there. So,
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Harrow. This will let us play our green where we want to. I would like to take something like an Endangered Armadom. We don't really have any small creatures or Death Duet, all the stuff. The first Harrow fixes so much for our mana.
Mm-hmm.
It also opens up the idea of maybe playing a Flame Rake. If we're really aggressive, there's another Deathstroke, which I will continue to pick up as often as I can. All right, so here we see a decent amount of different cards here.
And two of them are white.
Yeah, but this card's not really playable.
Yeah.
This card's okay. I think people should be clicking it higher. We're going to leave it because we don't care.
Sacrifice this, something gets... I think destroy target artifact would be good.
There's no artifacts that matter.
Okay.
We might have a match where we bring Sky Shaper in from the sideboard. I hope not. It's not the kind of card I want to play. It's expensive. It's not very strong, per se. It just doesn't really do that much. Oh, we've got 6 people with us here. Hello. We've got a Legacy and Schmuck of all trades, along with Destin.
Yeah. You should probably just reserve cards and us talk about them so that we don't end up doing this.
No, we can still talk about the deck some here, right? So we had the idea of Slivers, which is just not going with. Okay, let's go ahead and bring this card back in. I do think I'm playing that. I don't think I'm mainboarding Coercion, but if we get another Harrow or 2, then I might consider...
Ooh, Maze of Shadows. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Considering we don't have any shadow creatures still.
We have removal, but we can put this in our sideboard. It's a card that's hard to fit in because of how poor mana fixing is.
Yep.
We're in green, which is really the only way to get mana fixing that's different. Hello, Legacy. Right? Let's see what we got here. So Sarcomancy is a card I probably don't want to play. It's very aggressive. That said, I'm not really worried about Thalcos, Scout, Twitch, or Whispers of the Muse, so we're going to take Sarcomancy on the off chance that we decide to go more aggressive. And I'm going to move that to my sideboard. Again, blue is super open, but it's because blue is the worst color. This card we're going to keep mainboard, Curse Flesh, right? Because it can be removal, and it can act as a... Let's go ahead and reserve this. It can act as removal if need be. There's a lot of 1-toughness creatures. Or it can get through our bigger creatures, should we want to put it on something like Khazadrix or a Spike Breeder. Alright. Reserve. We'll go ahead and add that to our sideboard. And we'll add that to our sideboard. Alright, we're in the last pack. Hopefully this green-black deck ends up shaping how we want it to.
I mean, we've got 19 cards in the main deck already. That's not bad.
No, we were really hoping for something to make the green-black deck abusive, and we didn't see anything like that. Right, something like a Hermit Druid, which is... I don't know if I'm going with Hermit Druid or Carcinid. These are both very good cards.
The Troll is also really good, too.
The Troll is fine. We have a decent amount. We have 2 4-drops, a decent amount of 3-drops, and some 5s. I think we'd rather have the beefier end of it first. right? Of the stuff to go into. We only have 9 creatures, so we want
Oh,
good
we only
creatures.
have 9 creatures? Yes, we definitely want to get that.
And there's a second Hermit Druid, which I think we might take a Deathstroke or a Root Walla over it again.
I think Root Walla would be best.
You don't want to go with the third Deathstroke?
I mean, it's fine. We just very few creatures. I don't like having less than like.
Well, you've got to
16
remember, we've got a ton of cheap removal. This is an... We're drafting, Legacy, we're drafting Tempest Remastered. Tempest is an older set, and they redid it to be a little bit more in line with how they do sets now. Now, one of the things that stand out, I was just about to talk to Brad, was we don't need quite as many creatures because of the amount of removal we have. All right, let's go ahead and check the price on Mana Bond.
I don't even see it. Okay.
All right, let's leave Mana Bond.
Crashing Board, what's that going to do?
When it attacks, somebody has to block it. It's another 5-drop. I think we're going to go with
Probably don't need another 5-drop.
Pathologic Jackal.
Edict I would do one of those two.
I'm going to go with our first Shadow creature. We have a lot of removal.
We do have a Diabolic Edict already, so.
We only have 2 pieces of removal, though. Sideboard. So maybe we want another.
With the Diabolic Edict. Well, you can just reserve it, and we can talk about it some more.
Yeah.
So do we want the first Shadow creature that destroys target blocking creature, or do we want the second Edict?
We have a lot of... there's not any token effects here, so I'm thinking I'm going to go with the Edict. We have a lot of 3-drops already, and... Oh, Lotus Petal. So we need to see if there's anything worth picking instead of... White is so open. These are amazing white cards.
I'm going to feel bad when we lose to the white deck that got everything like they should have gotten earlier.
We should have been green-white. All 3 of these cards would make me very happy. None of these cards are worth picking. I'm going to take the Lotus Petal and move it to our sideboard because it's worth $1. And
why not?
Yeah. All right, so here we are, Crashing Boar or
How many of the same creature type do we have? Does Coat of Arms worth playing?
It's risky.
I know we have 2 slivers that...
We've got
That's
3
it.
Spikes, 2 Slivers, 2 Root Wallas. Yeah, we got a bunch of teeth. It's not worth playing, actually. Because it affects our opponent as well. It has to be quite good for us before we can...
Is Dark Witcher worth playing?
No.
Alright.
So we're on Crashing Boars or Trained Armadon. How many
How about
3
Provoke?
No.
Or Trained Armadon? Okay, I think
1,
Trained
2,
Armadon
3,
would probably be the
4,
best.
5, yeah. We want to have that 6th one right there.
I mean, go ahead and just reserve it and we'll talk about it some more, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, Coat of Arms would be fun, but since it helps them as well, I don't think it's really worth it. It's not worth any money.
It's worth 16 cents.
16 cents? Not,
Yeah. So we're going to be going with the Trained Armadon. We want to have that the 6th 3-drop before we have the 4th 5-drop. Okay. Here's the good big guy I'm happy bag. Right? This is the kind of card. Here I'm between Lab Rats and Rootbreaker Worm. And Rootbreaker Worm's...
don't forget Root Walla.
Sorry, yeah, and Root Walla. We have 2 Root Wallas and 2 Trained Armadons already. And Root Walla requires a little bit of mana intensity.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they can blow you out by burning the creature. There's more cheap burn. It's solid.
That's true.
We have a solid one. I think we're going to go with the Rootbreaker Worm, with the Reanimates, with the Diabolic Edicts. We have a kind of a slower pace.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get a Mulch, but it looks like that's not coming back around. What's the Dryad do? Can block as though it had Shadow? Did we take one of those earlier?
We didn't. But we have a decent bit of removal. I think we're going to go with the Rampant Growth. We have a lot of bigger
pretty good for our
creature.
deck. That would give us 2 pieces of land fetch, the Hero and the Rampant Growth.
Repentance coming around this late, one of the best white cards in the set. We should have been green-white. That said, green-black is not much further behind. Vampire Hounds is a decent card. We have a moderate amount of... Okay, so here, that's enough to go with it.
Rampant Growth or Cursed Flesh, right?
Rampant Growth or Cursed Flesh. And it's how many things do we want to have to come to fit against that? And I'm not sure I want more than 1 Rampant Growth and 1 Harrow. Whereas I can bring in multiple Cursed Flesh against the match they're good up. Like, it'll be very good against the deck with all the 1 toughness creatures. So we're going to go with that. Serpent Warrior is going to be in the main, possibly. We might move to the board. We'll see where that's at.
And somebody's getting all these white cards.
They might not have a white deck, though. I'll go ahead and add this to our sideboard. Canopy Spider will come in against some of the blue and white decks with lots of flyers.
Yep. Whoever's drafting all these white creatures, they're the only one.
White was much more open than it should have been, being that it's one of the better colors. Some of the shadow cards went. Now I do think there was a white drafter. I think there should have been one more white drafter. We didn't see multiple shadow creatures willing or something like that. There was just space for one more white drafter. We saw the right amount of blue drafters. You saw a lot of blue cards come around, but they were never amazing blue cards. They were always okay blue cards. The green cards that came around weren't that great, but our creatures are just better than other people's creatures. Let's go ahead and we're at 26 cards, so we need to make 2 cuts.
Probably. Did you put one of the reanimates over there?
We're going to move the Cursed Flesh to the sideboard.
Yeah, definitely the Cursed Flesh.
We have 2 reanimates and the Fugue. So
maybe the Fugue in the sideboard, or do you like the... take the coat of arms this time.
I am. We'll put that in our sideboard. Who knows when that'll come up. It might be the Elven Rite. Oh, Reality Anchor is the card I actually want to have in the deck. Alright, so we're going to deck building. We're going to see what's up with this. We have a little couple directions we can go in. Now, we are just going to be black-green. We're not going to splash. If we got another couple of Harrows, the only card I would consider playing is the Flame Wave. It's very, very strong, but that's not where we're at. None of these black cards.
Do we need to go down to 23, or should we?
We're going to. I don't know if we're at 17 or 16. We have 2 pieces of mana fixing.
That probably counts for at least that land we thought about playing.
I usually only count them as lands for each 2 I'm playing. So if I'm playing 2 Rampant Ghosts, I'll save 1, but I'm not sure I will here. We're just going to see what the deck kind of has going on with it. I don't think we want to play any of these green or black cards up here. In the main board, at least. So let's go ahead and move things where they go. Let's put our cards. We're doing them. First of all, we just have 4 2-mana costing removal spells because, you know, that's how things used to work in Magic. Is it was terrible, and people would play stuff all the time that murdered you immediately. Okay. Apparently, I can't give it another isle because it's acting up. I just want to make... There we go. More piles. Alright, so we're going to put Deathstrokes at 5. That's probably where we'll be able to easily cast them. I'm going to put Diabolic Edicts at 3. That's when I'd be happy to cast them. Put Rampant Growth at 2. We're going to move these cards. We're going to leave them right there. Not sure when to cast them. Reanimate is somewhere more of around a more expensive card. And the reason I like Reanimate, even though it costs you that life, is that, first of all, it's one of the only ones with that effect. But also we can play it and another spell that turn. It only costs 1, which is very low. Alright, so our curve looks heavy. We don't have 2 drops.
Well, 3 drops, they're okay.
We have 3 drops that stall the board. I mean, all of these 3 drops, with the exception of Root Walla and Hornsliver, you just can't swing into them. They're terrifying. You can't swing into a Vampire Hounds. You're asking to die. So. Destin, you would have taken the Dark Ritual because of the heavy black cost? There's only a couple cards with the heavy black cost, and I don't mind ritual effects, but we have things like Harrow and Rampant Growth, which are less explosive, but give us more of a permanent effect. So these are the cards that I'm leaning towards a little bit more than the Rampant Growth. So we have a lot of removal. I think that we're just cutting off of here. I think we're covering Elven Rite, because sometimes
I really like that card, but I mean, I don't know how good it is. It just seems like 1 more power and toughness is really good in this set.
I really like it with the spikes. If it wasn't for the spikes, I would consider it a lot less, because we already have so much power and toughness. But the fact that it does a lot more, right? With our spikes, it essentially lets us make more creatures. And with our spike colonies, it lets us move more cards around quickly. We want that in for sure.
Yeah, so I would take out Fugue, or Fugue, as you call it.
Fugue, or Reality Anchor. By playing on turn 6. We do have a later game deck, and Fugue does let us get around a lot of buyback cards. I like having that first one in just to really push out the buyback cards that are around. The problem is then we're kind of open to the quick shadow decks if we pull out Reality Anchor.
So if we take Reality Anchor, Elven, is that Rifle?
Right.
Right, Elven Rite. I should look at the preview screen. And then Fugue will be at the right number.
I think actually we take out a Reanimate.
Oh, okay. I'm fine with that.
I think we take out a Reality Anchor. We need to make 1 more cut to be where I want to be. And I'm trying to decide if we want Elven Rite or we want Fugue.
So, do you think we're going to get into large board stalls, or do you think it's going to be trade creatures, play a big thing? Because it seems like we're going to get into board stalls or scenarios where they can't block us because they have shadow and we can't block them.
Right.
So, and that's just a death match.
Right, and that's where Elven Rite shines.
That's where Elven Rite shines. But I can't see a scenario where Fugue really shines except for buyback, and that could be a sideboard card.
It's true. The sideboard card, we can push more on that one. So we're going with a little bit more aggressive strategy, which
now, if we're
if
we're in an all-out brawl, Coat of Arms will win it.
Unless they have more creatures of the name type too. And we're giving up a card to gain moderate power and toughness.
So it's probably best in the sideboard, but I'm really looking forward to throwing it in there when they don't seem to have the same basic types.
Yeah. Destin, for the Dark Ritual, I wanted to have more of the permanent effect, and the cards like the Rampant Growth and the Harrow let me play these double black cards easier. There's a lot of power in Deathstroke. Kessadrix might be a card that I would consider cutting just because of the life loss.
It's 4 if they don't ever control a creature. Right?
If they don't have a creature.
I guess if they don't have a creature, we just won't play it. If they don't have a creature, though, we're just going to beat them to death with the other creatures.
Unless they have something to tap it down or something, yeah. But we have a lot of power. They need to have creatures, which is why I like it here. And the cost casting, or when I'm playing these cards, is shown over here as well. So turn 2 is Rampant Growth. Turn 3 is either Removal Spell or Harrows. Turn 4 is Dark Banishing, also it can be turn 3. Deathstroke's all the way over to turn 5, because I don't expect to have double black consistently until that late, which is fine. I have all of these 3 drops hopefully coming up the board. We are a little squishier to shadow than I'd like. We'll see how that plays out.
Well, hopefully we can Deathstroke those. Or make it so we just kill them faster because our creatures are bigger.
Yeah, Sigwin's put out the point I had, which is that Elven Rite doesn't help that much against the ground mirrors because we're bigger. It does help us outrace the shadow, which is what Brad's kind of idea was, as opposed to Fugue, which really helps against the buyback control decks. We've got a lot of toughness, though. I mean, with the exception of the Capsize deck, I don't think any of the other decks have buyback spells that affect us poorly. Like, Fugue is a lot better in the smaller creature decks, where something like a Searing Touch is going to do a lot of damage to your board state. 1 damage and 2 damage spells don't do too terribly much. They kill 2 of our cards. We've got a lot of beef. We're beefcakes and removal here. I might consider a Cursed Flesh if we were going to drop something else, but I think we're going to stick with this one. The real reason I like the Elven Rite, out of the board we do have quite a bit. We have the Maze of Shadows against the Sliver deck, against fast decks, Canopy Spider, Reality Anchor, multiple Cursed Fleshes, Rats of Wraith. We have lots of cards to bring in to kind of buffer our life total more. I would not be as comfortable with having, we can play more 2-drops, but with the amount of 2-drop removal we have 1, 2, 3 spells we can easily play on 2 that will make me kind of happy, and I don't think we're quite as aggressive. I don't think the format's quite as aggressive. It'll be fast, but we have answers.
Might want to go ahead and put lands in. We only got 2 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to just suggest a 7-10 split. We're going to do a 9-8. We do need double green, and we also need double black. We need them about the same time, and here should be getting us to what we need to pretty quick. It's not an elegant mana base or anything. It's a simple mana base. Ooh, if we didn't have so many double blacks and double greens, I would consider putting the Maze of Shadows in main board.
Yeah.
I
really hope we don't see the player playing all white spells, because I'm thinking they're probably almost mono white.
We could run 7 swamps, a Maze of Shadows, and 8 forests. That is an option.
I think it's better out of the sideboard.
Yeah, it's hard to say because there's so much shadow.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4.
So let's go ahead and pull up all of the important. Let's go ahead and submit deck. Let's go ahead and pull up all of the important. Oh God, it's gone. I forgot that they changed that. I was gonna say all the important sideboard cards.
So you can't even look at it again?
No, because of the new client.
Oh, well, that was fun.
But we have a lot of good options out of the board. All right, we're going to go ahead and close the preview here. We lost the die roll, which is basically losing the game, right? It's over.
Hope not.
It's over. So we're hoping not to face the aggressive shadow decks. Every other deck we're going to have a very good matchup against, I think. And they'll need quite a bit of shadow to push through. Alright, so we
have
got
lands and we have creatures. Seems fine.
Yep, and we have 2 lands, so this makes the Khazad-drīks kind of nice. I like Diabolic Edict possibly early. It depends on what they play first. Alright, we've got perfect mana. Alright, we actually have to Diabolic Edict that, which is awkward. So we're going to go ahead and do that immediately. Because I don't want to mess with counter spells or anything like that. We can't get through an 0-5. Next turn we're playing a 2-2 into a 4-4 and just trying to race our opponent.
Hopefully they'll play a creature at some point in there.
Now, Reanimate does reanimate on either side of the board, so we can get back their creatures as well.
Oh.
Alright. So we're going to try to go...
So you're going to play the Drix into their empty board, though?
We are. We're going to go Hornsliver, Khazad-drīks, Hornsliver, Elvenwright. We're just going to try to beat them down before they can really get a chance to roll. The red-blue deck, I think, is the weakest deck. It relies a lot on spells, which just aren't that powerful. We're going to go ahead and attack first, though.
Wow, if we draw one more land, you'll have a Spike Colony, too. That's the worst possible sound for taking damage.
Yeah, you know.
Sorry.
Alright, so I'm still not sure if we want to do the Hornsliver and Elvenwright. Our opponent's deciding if they want to counter this or not. They would definitely let it instant resolve if they had some way to kind of interact with it favorably.
Like bouncing it after we take the 4.
Yep. You know, just bouncing it on
They're
our
probably not playing a creature.
It's fine.
Yep. Oh. So that's a sorcery, unfortunately.
Yeah, we can play the Spike Colony. I think I'm going to play Hornsliver, Elvenwright, put 2 counters on Hornsliver, and hit him for 4.
I think playing the Spike Colony is better.
You think playing the Spike Colony is better?
Because it's a 4/4, right?
I would rather be able to move counter.
Well, attack first and then do it.
Well, if I'm doing the Elvenwright plan, I need to do that first. But yeah, okay, we'll go ahead and attack first.
I think it's more damage to do it the other way, to play the 4/4. Because I don't like putting counters on something that I'm not turning sideways immediately.
No, I was going to immediately put 2 counters on this.
Oh, you're going to put 2 counters on one instead of distributing the counter. Okay.
Yeah.
So now you can throw both counters on your 2/2 and then swing with both of them.
I can swing with both of them. I can move these at instant speed.
No. I mean, use your spell to put 2 counters on the sliver.
Now, let's go ahead and Diabolic Edict first and see if our opponent puts us on top of their
Oh,
library.
yeah, definitely.
They do.
Alright, so now put 2 counters on your sliver and crush them. Definitely want to make both creatures equal.
Yeah.
Because you want them to have trouble dealing with 2 big creatures. Gonna reanimate? Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
Swing.
we're going to put them at dead. They have to answer 2 of our creatures not to die next turn.
Nice.
Yeah. So we've put a lot of pressure on them early. The blue-red deck just doesn't deal well with that. They don't have a lot of answers to this. They need a second card. Khazad-drīks doesn't hurt us now. And if they don't block correctly and we draw a land, we can't kill them, but we can get very close. Let's go ahead and play. We can move the counters with Spike Colony as we wish.
Oh, nice.
So our opponent
So
needs
if it kills them,
our opponent needs to block the Hornsliver, needs to block the Khazad-drīks. All right, to the board.
nice.
Okay, so our opponent's probably not playing much Shadow if they played the the Wall of Diffusion. Not quite as much. We want to look at sideboard options here. They're going to have a lot of removal. We're going to want to be able to get creatures back. So I might lean towards the Reanimate. This is the match for Fuge. So this is probably the match for bringing Fusion. Elven Rite is not as good against instant speed burn. And it's not as good against bounce. So I think the boarding looks like this. We didn't see that many flying cards. This is the colors for flying. This is the colors that Canopy Spider would be good in. But the 3-2 obviously just punches right through that. Let's see, what else are we not too terribly excited about? We might not need Rampant Growth as long. The matches can go a little slower here. I'd rather have more cards that do more and less cards that just kind of do the same thing. If I saw more Shadow cards, I might bring in the Maze of Shadows. Over that, just run another land.
So you're going to pull in the other Reanimate? Or are you
I'm actually going to pull in, Coercion. I think he has powerful late game spells. I'd like to pull them out of his hand. Not really going to change the mana base too much. I still would rather have a little bit early green than the other stuff. The Harrow helps with that. We definitely do want to play the Fugue and those other ones. Hornsliver is not that great. We don't really have bigger, better creatures, and that's really where we're at, is that our creatures trade up a little bit more. The reason we took the... is there anything better than Hornsliver?
The Elven Rite makes Hornsliver way better, but we're not playing that this game, so...
That's fine. It's not bad with the Spike Colonies either. Like, I just don't mind the default trample, moving the stuff around. We could play the 2-1s, but my worry is that they have 1 damage stuff like Searing Touch, which we have an immunity to right now. We would not if they had that. Alright, so this is not keepable.
Man, how terrible.
So we got to mulligan this. And we'll go ahead and keep this. 3 lands, 3 good spells. I'm happy with this. Alright, so we'd like to get the pressure on early like we did last game, obviously.
That was beautiful.
Alright, we're going to go and set ourselves up for an early Deathstroke. We're going to go Swamp, Forest, Swamp, in case we draw a Train Armadon. Oh, that's a card I'd like to kill immediately. Yep, I cannot pay that amount. Alright, so next turn we are going to Deathstroke this Merfolk Leader. We cannot just let it sit here. It will get him too much value. We're going to go ahead and...
It'd be great if he pitched an awesome creature. What is that?
Now, our opponent can play around Deathstroke, and they did not. What they would do is, at the end of each turn, of my turn, they would tap, loot, and untap their guy.
So what did they discard there?
They discard Scrivener, which gets them instant back, and it's a 2-2. A late game value spell. Alright. Let's go ahead and Deathstroke. Now, if my opponent was playing a color other than red, I would probably reanimate that Merfolk Leader. Here, it'll probably just die. I'll probably end up reanimating their Windrake after I Deathstroke their Windrake. I think the next turn is going to be...
Land Deathstroke?
Land Deathstroke.
Or Diabolic Edict.
No, we're going to... If I do Diabolic Edict, I can do Diabolic Edict, reanimate their creature to get some pressure. But I'm going to keep the Diabolic Edict for when they have 1 card that I don't want to get hit by. Diabolic Edict can kill a card before it hits me, and Deathstroke has to hit me and then kill. That's one of those plays that's kind of contentious. It could have gone either way.
How annoying. Well, it can't block as though it had flying, so...
Yeah.
So you can actually reanimate and cast another creature, or just cast a big creature. Oh, you can do both.
Yeah, we're going to reanimate with... We can reanimate the Scrivener and get our stuff back, but I actually don't like that as much as reanimating the Windrake. Playing the Spike Breeder, and then next turn, if they don't answer the Spike Breeder...
Moving the counters?
Yeah. We're going to start putting counters over onto another card, or we might just go wide.
I mean, you could also Diabolic Edict them and then just hit them.
Yeah, we might make that an option as well. They might play another card. Not playing Diabolic Edict turn made our creatures worse. Or made our spell worse. He's played the the Wayward Soul. Wayward Soul used to work with combat damage on the stack.
Which is way better.
Seeing we could have got the Scrivener back. I saw that line. It just costs us a lot of life, and against this burn deck, this slower deck, I would rather have more pressure on. All right.
So now, is there any reason for us to hold lands in our hand? Do we have anything for that?
Not really. I think we're going to attack with both of our creatures, and then he'll probably block.
He'll probably trade. Or no, he probably will not trade. So he'll probably just take the 2 and block the 3 or the 5. So
You know what?
I think edicting him might be better.
All right, we'll start with Edict. Let's play black green. He'll probably sacrifice the Wall of Diffusion, and then we'll swing with both creatures. That's an interesting.
Yeah, that's awesome. Turn him sideways.
Yeah. He's gonna block our 3/3, which is fine.
And then we'll play another creature.
Yeah. Yep. Athos, I do agree that Merfolk Looter is a strong card, and I said before, if he wasn't playing red, I would have reanimated it. With the amount of cheap red removal, yeah, and it's a good deal for him too, right? He got rid of all those counters off that card too. Mm-hmm. Even though it's a 4-mana spell for a 4-mana spell, he didn't have to deal with all of those counters. You can tell is valuable because he killed the Spike Breeder over a creature with evasion that can actually hit him.
Yep.
But yeah, the Merfolk Looter is just super vulnerable to things like Searing Touch, which are going to be mainboarding in the red deck, and we don't have any cards that die to that naturally. I don't want to give him targets for spells that don't have targets.
Pass,
oh, yeah, missed that.
Draw a spell. Come on. Nope. All right, just hold it. Turn him sideways.
All right. Opponent takes the block here, which is fine. There's not really that much good stuff to be put out. We're still behind, but we have a lot of good cards to draw into. Our opponent has a lot of mana, though, and a lot of cards. They're not drawing lands. They're drawing spells. We've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh, fine first strike.
It's gonna hold off the board for a minute. We're hoping to get some kind of removal quickly, or more swamps.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right, our opponent can't really put any pressure on us, though. Them attacking to us slightly favors them, but unless they have the burn or other control cards to back it up, it's not going to work out too well. The good news is we're not seeing too many shadow cards.
If they keep drawing gas and we keep not, though.
They have gas. They drew a land that turn. They've had gas in hand. We've been behind quite a bit. I would have attacked there if I was
there, by the way. I would have attacked there, too.
Fortunately, with all of these sweet swamps we're drawing, the opponent's going to get as many options as possible to get in there and attack.
If I was them, I'd just turn them sideways.
I would definitely attack with... Yeah, I would attack with both of them now.
I've attacked both of them before.
We couldn't attack with both of them last turn.
Well...
Alright, our opponent's being very, very conservative. And
we did crush him the first game, so...
But not with creatures with haste, not with creatures with burn.
Wow.
Sometimes the shufflers just...
Wait. Second main phase, go ahead and drop a land. You might as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just not really getting much there. Hey, Bo. Or Bella Joe. Yeah, we're not getting much, but that'll happen sometimes. So we do see a lot of 2 toughness creatures.
I'd swing them all. What does he care?
I have no idea why he's holding back so much.
Our
opponent's giving us lots of outs. We're just drawing swamps.
Yeah.
Swamps won't win us the game.
Well, he's got 6 mana, so this is probably going right back to our hand.
If they had that, they should have bounced our Winddrake and killed us. Our opponent's playing awkwardly, but...
I mean, it doesn't matter if you draw nothing but lands, so...
Yeah, so... Kindle.
Alright.
Okay, we're assuming our opponent's going to swing out and win the game now. Yep. So, in game 3, he's got He's got one of the better blue-red decks. This is probably the best blue-red deck that's out there. It's got a good amount of burn and evasion. This is the ideal for the blue-red deck.
So it seems like we actually want to de-sideboard and just play our fast creatures.
They had some bigger spells. He had a pretty full
But
hand.
he didn't have anything that really makes discarding.
Yeah, most of the spells can be played at instant speed. That's true. Maybe we do pull on a more aggressive deck. Let's see what a more aggressive board looks like.
Take out Coercion too, probably.
Yeah.
What we had before was fine.
We got Elven Rite. Now we had a Cursed Flesh, which I didn't see any targets for either game.
Yeah, I mean maybe we keep the reanimate over the 2 counters. 2 counters would have been great that game though.
Well, I'm thinking if we want to play Rats of Wrath, I haven't actually seen any like low-costed burn spells.
That's a good point.
And I think I'm going to pull in Canopy Spider as well. I think I'm going to drop... What do I want to drop? I like the high end. He was kind of slow on killing us. I like the single reanimate. Well, maybe not. Maybe I can pull the reanimate and just having a very attack-oriented deck. Trying to push through as much damage as possible, quickly as possible. Yeah. Elven Rite
It's a good point. He does have a lot of removal.
does have a lot of removal, but on the turns he taps out, it gets me out of the range of the removal. I'm not going to play Elven Rite into untapped mana unless absolutely necessary. Everyone's not a good player, right, guys? I'm not assuming my opponent's going to make bad plays, but this is a keep. People don't always make optimal plays. Fugue. I was back and forth on Fugue. I think we're going to go for a more aggressive hand. It's true that Fugue is better on the play than it is on the draw. We're going to play. Yeah, we're going to play turn 3.
We're definitely forest first this time, right?
It doesn't really matter.
Probably.
We're going to go Horn Sliver into removal into Rootwalla, if that's the option given us. I like to have Rootwalla up with...
If we draw another forest, though, I'd like to go ahead and put the train.
Yeah, I'll play Train Armor down first if we can.
So you would rather play the Sliver as opposed to the Rootwalla? I agree with that.
Yeah, I want my Rootwalla to have an open ability. I want my opponent to have to use the mana. Okay, that mana leaked.
Nice.
Nope. Which is fine. I want my Sliver to take the brunt of the damage first. Windrake. Alright.
So we can destroy it, or we can play a creature.
We're going to play the Rootwalla.
That's what I would do.
It's an odd play, but I do like the Dark Banishing against his bigger creatures. I can outrace a Windrake. Lightning Blast.
Well, that would have killed it no matter what, so...
It's fine.
So if we don't draw a land, I guess we kill.
Nope, we're just dropping the Spike Colony. Yeah. Next turn, I think we're going to play the Trained Armadon and move a counter to the Armadon.
Or actually, if we draw a land, we'll play the Dark Vanishing and the Trained Armadon. Wow, he has a lot of removal.
It's common, right? We're going to drop the Trained Armadon and I think an Elven Rite. Which seems odd, but there's not many things that do 5 damage. Oh, we don't have enough green.
Well, you could Harrow, but that'll give you 1 less land. Is that enough?
No, we're going to Harrow and Dark Banishing.
Alright. So...
And I click...
sack the wrong one? Oh, how terrible.
Yeah. Which is annoying. Now we're just playing Trainer Armadon. Not what I meant to do, but...
Apparently it's real quick on the... Hey, the next thing you click is getting sacked.
Yeah. Wall of Diffusion is fine. We're going to have an Elven Rite on this soon. He doesn't have that many ways to deal with that either. It's a very, very large attacker. We're hoping for a tap out there, though. I'm trying to think what does 3 damage. I don't think there's a spell that does 3 damage, and he doesn't have the 4.
So I'd say put the 2 counters on first and attack. I'd say put 2 counters on and attack.
We're going to start with the Diabolic Edict.
No. My way's better.
Because you're going to cast it again afterwards?
No. Put 2 counters on. Attack. He'll probably block. And then you Diabolic Edict and kill the other one.
Oh, okay. Let's see if he has any... I don't think there's any spells that do 3 damage.
So now you just attack.
I don't think he blocks. I think he skips blocking.
Why would he skip blocking? That's what that thing is there for.
He's going to use it to block smaller creatures. Yeah.
In that case, banish is
Now, I outrace
banish
this.
is fire.
I'm going to go ahead and pass. If you play something bigger. We outrace the 2/2.
Well, I guess they are both instants.
Yeah. Yeah, removal used to be insanely good. That's one of the things that we often forget about. Removal is back-breakingly amazing.
Alright, well, now Edict does it. Well, Edict does still work, so.
He can put it on top of his library again if he wants.
You can't sack it and then put it on top of your library. So.
Oh, he's keeping multiple blockers up.
This is at the end of his turn?
Let's go ahead and Diabolic Edict. Let's see what's going on here. He's going to want a double block. He might have Burn Souls. We're going to Diabolic Edict. Hopefully he doesn't sacrifice the Wall of Diffusion. He did, which is fine.
Well, I mean, you can just banish the other one.
Yeah. If he double blocks, we're banishing the Windrake. Oh, he didn't put on top of his library.
I would play the land.
No.
Oh, man.
I guess he's hoping to draw something better than that, which he drew, obviously, a
Two
Caldera
cards
Lake.
in hand. They could be lands.
Probably not. He would have played that Caldera Lake earlier if they were lands. I'm not sure what he has, but they could be cards that deal with smaller cards. Meditate.
Wow, he's going to meditate and let us cream him for 5? Or play a creature and block, I suppose. Yeah. If we draw removal here, I wouldn't even use it. Root Walla. Go ahead and play that land. Oh, you can only use it once a turn, so never mind.
Yeah, we will play it, though, because we can use it once per turn. Alright, our opponent just took the 10.
Took the 5 and went to 10.
The 5, yeah. Our opponent should block the 2 here.
There's no point in anything else.
He needs to find something quickly, and we have an answer to the first thing he finds.
Well, he has to turn it sideways first. Because it's destroy a tapped creature. Oh, he found another one of those.
That's
fine. Not really going to do anything.
Doesn't do much here.
Draw a card. No buyback.
I probably would have done that earlier if I was him, but he probably drew that off the Meditate.
Yeah, he probably did. No, he couldn't draw it off the Meditate. He would have played it already.
Alright.
Wow, we are really kicking him while he's down here. He's dead unless he's got something.
He's just going to block here and take the 4.
Yep. How do you activate its ability? So I wouldn't know how to do that. Because I don't know the interface. Yeah. So
I considered not activating that ability to stay out of the range of Kindle and doing a response, but...
What? Oh, in case he had it. Okay.
Yeah. But we're going to just go ahead and pressure in through. There's not many cards that are get him out of here.
Why would he tap the one that doesn't untap? I guess
he probably doesn't know. Alright, so he's going to do 5 damage, 4 damage to our Root Walla.
And then block. Oh, he's going to tap out, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. So, it just dies.
It's fine.
No point in playing the land. It's getting intense.
Well, we're both on top decks, but he has to find an answer to Trained Armadon every turn. He has to play a creature every turn. And this is the part where I like the slivers, right? Making them a little bigger helps a little bit more. He probably drew something where I hope to...
Tap it, I suppose.
I guess he Twitch TV'd it.
Now we draw a creature, and we play that creature.
Yep. And we keep our 2 spells up. He can think that one's... he probably thinks they're 2 lands, which is reasonable.
The one is a removal spell that's not going to work unless he starts attacking, though. So,
which is fine. It means that he can't really... Oh, he's sent us a friendly message. GG. Alright, they conceded. Victory for Mobius Pick! It turns out just playing big dudes is a deck. So the green deck and black deck I'm excited to play is there's a mulch deck that plays things like mulch. What's the 5-mana card that switches your graveyard with your in play?
Oh, wow. If you wouldn't have asked me that question, I could have given you the answer. You're looking for...
Not Reoccurring Nightmare. That's another card that's
Oh, man, I wish we would have gotten a Reoccurring Nightmare.
Me too.
Man, any other day I could tell you the name of that card.
I know.
I'm sure I have a pile of them because I played so much EDH. Living End?
Yeah,
No.
Living End.
No, it's not
Living
Living
Death.
End.
It's
Living Death. Living End is the modern version.
Alright, so we went 2-1 there. But yeah, the mulch deck is exciting. I was hoping that would happen. But the fact of the matter is, just green-black is one of my favorite things to play. The reason I like green-red is the red creature quality is a little better. The other thing is, black was not particularly open. Someone was taking the black aggressive cards fairly highly. We only saw 1 black shadow card.
Pointed out that's just a normal pain land that comes into play tapped once you play it.
Oh, right.
I was thinking it was the other one.
The allied ones tap for colorless or for either color, and they don't untap. And the allied one or the enemy ones come to play tapped, and they're coming to play tap pain lands. The mana fixing is very bad in this set. I was trying to be in a position where we didn't need much mana fixing, and that worked out okay. Just it's so rough to.
We had a really good first game too, so I was proud of that.
It was
and now he has to answer all these things, and I was like, well, Daniel, it looks like you know how to play an aggro deck after all. So
this is more of a mid-range deck, but yeah, it can be the aggro decks here. If we face one next round, will be a bunch of shadow cards, a bunch of 2-drops, and we will sideboard in aggressively. We'll bring in shadow cards of our own. Maybe we should have picked up that 2-1 that can block shadow guys. We have the take shadow away, draw a card, which is almost a 2-for-1. But against those decks, it's a lot more tempo-oriented than you'd think. Tempest is one of the fastest sets you can draft. I mean, it's not Zendikar level fast, but it's a quick set. People often forget that Tempest is mostly in the older sets. Original Tempest is you are losing to a blue-red deck that has commons that shouldn't be commons, like Capsize, Rolling Thunder, mostly those cards, and a couple other cards.
Whoa, Rolling Thunder was common?
Yes.
Whoa.
And, yeah. I think Flame Wave was either rare or uncommon. But anyway,
if that guy had a Rolling Thunder and we just didn't see it. Because we would have gone into red so hard had we found a Rolling Thunder.
If we had Rolling Thunder and Flame Wave, we would have just found a way. And red wasn't
all their creatures
that unopened, but it is a lot more tempo based than people often remember. The amount of cheap removal and aggressive creatures allows for a very, very quick format. When they bring back Zendikar Draft, we'll give that a try.
I will definitely roll a Zendikar Draft.
Have you done Zendikar Drafts?
It's been a really long time. I've never done one online, obviously.
They're so fast.
What I really would like to see is Triple Innistrad. Triple Innistrad was my favorite.
That's the truth for most people, and they bring that back frequently. It's a little harder because everyone remembers it being really well.
Everybody remembers how to play it. Everyone remembers how to play werewolves.
Werewolves?
I loved playing. Was that Dark Top?
I mean, it was, but it was like one of the least drafted, least good archetypes.
You know why? You know what's the best one to play? Because no one else is drafting it when you're drafting it. No one.
Yeah, that's true because it's one of the overall weaker. It's not terrible. It's just green white is the aggressive strategy. It's the punch him in the face, win the games, and then a bunch of really cool kind of strategies I would play that should win but do.
Not to mention, I'd love to draft a Lily again.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
Alright, so... Athos, Scotty, what card do you think should have been banned in Zendikar draft? What black card, I'm assuming, since black and red were the best colors in that set?
I can't think of...
No, and in no fairness, in older sets...
Horribly.
There are a lot of cards that should be banned. If anyone's ever drafted Urza Saga, Corrupt and Pestilence are both common.
He talks about this a lot.
Because, okay, in black, it was a draft set, and there would be 8 people sitting around, and everyone would draft black, because that's what you're supposed to do. Because you have Pestilence and Corrupt at common.
It's hard to lose. It's hard to lose. So, you're like an ad for some sort of drink right now. There's an absurd amount of juice, by the way.
Oh, it gives me all the magic powers I need. I blame those wins solely on Bolt House Farms 100% carrots. It's like someone took carrots and ground them into juice.
And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what they did, in fact.
Yeah. Hey, Theo Scotty, are we missing a card? Do we need to pull up? We can pull up.
I'm gonna go look through. Oh, what about the one that when a land comes into play, it's 2/2? It's like a 01 or something.
I do not think it was that. Are we thinking of Hedron Crab?
No.
It can't be Hedron Crab. That card was not very good. We're talking about a common, right? Because you don't have to ban any rares or uncommons. Am I missing something? Oh yeah, Nightmare, Vampire Nightmare. Vampire Nighthawk is a uncommon, right? Zendikar. Yeah, I mean, cards bustedly good. One of the best cards there. Might be, better than almost all the other cards in the set, but it's not it's an uncommon. You'll see it sometimes, but it's not you have to see it every match, and it is beatable. There are 3 damage spells in it. It'll swing a race. You have to answer it, but 3 mana is the higher end in that set. They had to make a 3 mana bomb, right? Nighthawk is usually powerful. There are sets where it wouldn't be as good, though. If you put it in a core set where Lightning Bolt was a common, it's not doing much, but Vampire Nighthawk is above curve as far as power goes.
I hope they reprint it the next set.
You want to see Vampire Nighthawk the next set? It's a good card for Constructed.
Not Modern Masters, I mean, whatever, Origins. I want to see it in Origins.
In Origins. In core set. Yeah, see, where else would Vampire Nighthawk? Well, I guess it'd be really good in the defensive M14 decks.
It would be fun to play in Standard right now.
Vampire
you could exile it with that creature and then get all the abilities.
Yeah. Vampire Nighthawk's never a card I minded too much. They pushed vampires quite hard. And that was one of the better... That was probably the best vampire for racing and all that kind of stuff. But
Who's my favorite? Yeah.
I have beaten Vampire Nighthawks before. You can force your opponent into situations where top deck Vampire Nighthawk just buys them a turn.
They are really good, though. I agree.
They are really, really good. But you don't automatically lose the game for someone.
I hope they bring back Triple Instead draft really soon. I want to do that.
They bring it back a lot. I like Rise of Eldrazi too. I mean, everyone does. Those Innistrad and Rise of Eldrazi are always on people's top 5 lists because those are very solid ones.
And they're very, very high card quality as far as money. Very money card quality.
Really? I could be wrong. Yeah, I think Scotty might have it on. Let's look at this in the car.
Yep.
All right, what are we gonna?
What are you even doing, Daniel?
I'm gonna look at the list of commons.
Well, we're starting the next round.
We're doing the next round. Yeah, never mind. We'll talk more about sweet stuff in a minute. Right now, we have to lose another die roll.
Wow, we rolled a 1 and they rolled a 2. How awesome!
2 is more than 1. It's actually twice as much.
Twice as much. They killed us.
Yeah,
Killed us on it. Alright, lands and creatures, come on.
The invasion block drafts are cool, but they reward an older style and more experienced people. I'm going to keep this. Yep. Obviously, 3 lands, 4 spells, perfect. I want to draw a forest, but if I don't, I have 2 other plays to make.
Yep.
Any land lets us get to Spike Breeder.
I also have an Edict, which I love. Another person playing blue.
We are just getting all these easy balls here. I don't think blue's one of our best matchups.
I mean, he won his first round, right? So
that doesn't mean much. I mean, it means our opponent knows how to play, but I mean, I've won a lot of matches where I had some stinky decks.
Oh, he's playing some greens.
Blue-green is actually kind of a threatening thing. I feel good here because they use the blue to give evasion, and we use our black to kill their things. Which, you know, is good.
We've drawn 2 lands in 2 turns.
Yeah, next turn we're going to play Trained Armadon, and we're going to follow Trained Armadon, Spike Breeder, Root Wallet with ability up.
We're waiting on them? Okay.
Yeah. And we will happily Diabolic Edict whenever they play. Because we won't have to... So here's the reason we're going to Diabolic Edict. We won't have time to play Diabolic Edict after this. This is the only turn we have to play Diabolic Edict. We are out of turns. Every toner is spoken for after this one. So saving our 2-mana spell until turn 6 is not very attractive.
Not to mention we have another one, so... I mean, we have plenty of room. So, green mana.
Oh, yeah, that's called cheating if I don't play the green mana.
Well, it won't let you cheat, so... it's just wasting time.
Alright. So now we're going to throw down some beef. Opponent has to answer said beef.
So on 4 we're going to play the Spike Breeder. On 5 we're going to play the Root Wall and hopefully keep up the green-black to...
It's a bad time to sift. You do not want to be sifting when your opponent has pressure and you don't have anything.
I hope we draw the 2 damage to him right now. Or the two counters. Even though we wouldn't play it, would we?
We might. They might not. They might have cap sizes. I'd probably wait. The idea of playing...
more than one creature is probably good.
Yeah. And I'd really like to get some of those counters spread around.
Yeah, I agree.
He's not playing big blockers that we can't get through.
What is that? Vampire, something another? I'd rather play the Spike Breeder.
Yeah. Right now, the Vampire Hounds don't represent much. If our opponent had a 4/4, I would play the Vampire Hounds.
Force Will's not in this set, right? So
No.
Right?
Yeah.
And then turns them all sideways.
Attack with all creatures is what we're really doing here.
It's the best thing to do in Magic.
Yeah.
That's how you win games.
So after this round, we'll talk some more. If the round goes very quickly again, it takes a minute, we might pull up Mormir Vig for a minute as we wait. I really want Brad to get more familiar with the client.
Yeah, because notice I'm not touching anything. I've never played Magic Online before like a week ago.
Yeah, he played a couple of them. Here we go.
Deals damage to a creature, destroy that creature. So basically Death Touch. And then Looter.
So we're going to attack with both of these. Wherever the Lowland Basilisk blocks, we'll move the counters, or not. If he blocks the Spike Breeder, we'll move all the counters over to the Trained Armadon. Remember, it's the end of combat, which is, awkwardly, after combat damage has been dealt. So let's see if our opponent knows this weird little interaction. Because the way this works is not a combat trigger. This is a post-combat check for damage done then.
So are you going to move your counters if he blocks?
Even
though it won't kill it?
When the trigger for this comes up. It'll kill it.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying.
I'll probably just
since it's not Death Touch, you're only going to move a few of them?
I'm going to move one of them.
Alright, so you don't think you should move 2 of them?
No, because I'm going to play the Rootwalla.
Oh, okay.
Weird ability, go!
So I bet he is kicking himself right now, he or she, I guess.
Yeah, they should have blocked the Trained Armadon. They just didn't understand how the ability worked. The 5/5 is legit there. It's Scotty. I like the idea of having 2 4/4s, but if he does play 1 5/5 creature, I'm out of luck.
Regenerate.
Doesn't do anything. I'm getting 6 damage through this turn.
Yeah, all it'll do is regenerate. He'll make you spend mana, but who cares? You got plenty of it.
Yep.
right click, attack with both or something? Okay. I was asking actually. See. Oh, okay. He's declaring blockers. Ooh, nice. Too bad you don't have an ability to make that real bad.
It's fine.
Yeah. I think I would not play the big guy.
Well, I'm playing the Kesselrix.
Oh, you are?
He can regenerate all day long, and I'll get 4 damage.
Oh,
every turn.
right.
Yeah.
He's going to regenerate one of them, so they're not going to both be dead.
But that's fine. I don't mind trading my Morpher Clutter. And as Etho Scotty said, right, the 1/1 counter would have prevented this from doing this, but he would just put another creature on there as well. Or a 2/2.
Well, I mean, he might not have been able to do that, though.
He might not have, but we didn't know that he had the Sky Shroud Troll either. Okay.
So. Both ways are fine. They both keep the pressure up, so. This way has more damage, just less card advantage. Yeah.
I also have to get a little faster at playing.
Well, you're actually doing it faster than him.
Yeah, I just want to be a little bit quicker. I have a couple delays here and there.
Just remember, when you go to play Harrow, slow down, because that stuff is serious. It's like, and now you get to sacrifice a land. What? I wanted to click something. Oh, you sacked your own tap.
Oh, alright. I was thinking my opponent was tapping on the screen. I didn't know what was happening. I was being very surprised. Alright, 5 mana for... What kind of creature is this?
Biggin. It's a big green one. Probably a spike one. Oh, no. 7 mana?
3 Brick Worm?
Oh, that's going to be big.
Oh, it's just a 5/5 Crackling.
Well, I hope you've got something to...
We have a bunch of black removal.
Yeah, hope we draw it right now. Nope, that's not it.
Alright, now we have to decide if we want to play the Horn Sliver or keep it up. I think we're going to keep it up for the Vampire Hounds. That way I can trade Root Walla and Vampire Hounds.
For that guy?
For Crackling. So
well, he has Regenerate, don't forget. Crackling has Regenerate.
Oh, yeah.
So you might want to go ahead and cast it.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't turn it sideways because the swing back would be really big. Though he is managing to hold off an army while he draws a flyer.
He does have multiple regenerating cards. We need a Dark Banishing very quickly. Deathstroke's not really doing much here. He got back Sift.
I think he got back Sift.
Whew. I think he's going to get us with a card advantage. These 2 regenerators are really holding up the ground. Now, he can't regenerate both of them, which is
not right now. But, I mean, he doesn't need to regenerate both of them.
Oh, but he does now.
It can't be regenerated. Wop wop.
He needs a good counterspell, and there's not many. We are out of
There is counterspell, and that is it, right?
Mm-mm. He doesn't have double blue up. He can't play around.
Yeah, I know, that's the only one. So, that's just dead. So now...
We just attack with these 2.
Yeah.
Actually.
Are you gonna fake him out?
We're going to attack with everything. He can block here and trade and take... 2.
And take a lot of damage, and he's at 10? He's probably not going to do that. So turn them all sideways.
Yeah.
Because you really don't care if they die. Just don't forget to pump the Root Walla.
I'll do that after blockers are declared.
Yeah.
It's hard to say if this attack is right. It's aggressive. I don't normally take as many aggressive attacks.
Well, he's doing what we thought he would do.
Leave the black open.
Man, if we had Reanimate right now, he would just cry.
Oh, yeah. We would be happy to reanimate that Spike Beater Trained Ramadan. The good news is our opponent staring down 2 4/4s, and they only have 1 creature.
Yeah.
He probably has a creature because he played Sift. And now he can trade with our Root Walla. So we're going to just attack with the Kesselrix.
which he cannot trade with.
You cannot.
And he has to block. He's at 2.
Well, he bought 2 here.
So he'll block 2 there and 1 there. He can just regenerate if you attack with 1, so I think you do have to trade. He can just regenerate if you attack with just the 1.
I know. We're gonna keep him on to keep the mana tapped up, but
okay, or he can not regenerate.
he thinks we have something.
Oh.
Now I can attack with both.
Smart. I would have not done that.
We need now we can attack with both, unless he plays another creature. Another
Maybe
big
we'll
creature.
actually draw something.
Drawing something is also an option. We should never forget that you can always draw something.
He doesn't know what to keep up.
He has to keep the green up.
He definitely has to keep a green up, yes. He's got another one? Is he going to draw more cards?
Scrivener's not very good there.
What's he getting? Does it say?
He's getting Reality Anchor. Probably. He should be getting Sift. He got Reality Anchor.
So you could play it if he didn't have to regenerate?
Yeah. We just need to draw a spell. Wow. Alright.
I think you swing with both of them, right?
No, because then he just double blocks, regenerates, kills my guy, and trades for a guy. And then we're stuck. We're gonna just attack with Khazad-dût until we draw another creature.
Oh, because Khazad-dût can't die in combat, basically.
Right.
He can only soak or regenerate.
Right. So our opponent can't cast something now because they don't have enough mana.
He's still got enough mana, right?
Oh, hey, Elvashuri. There you go. That's putting us behind.
Whoa.
It's a good 1-for-1 for our opponent. Alright, so now we're in a little rough spot. That was a good play by his part. And that also explains why he drew the Reality Anchor over the Sift. We just need to get 2 damage in. Our opponent has to respect quite a few cards, but I think they're just going to have to try to be very aggressive here and try to win the game quickly. We do have a 4/4 on the board, which helps, but we need more than that. They can't attack with the Sky Shroud Troll. They should be attacking every turn with a Wind Dancer. We do have oh, wow, that's aggressive. Yeah, we wouldn't block that either. We would just let the 3 through and attack with our 4/4.
Yeah, we're at 20 and they're at 2. That's not a good play. It seems like they figured that out. What does that even do? It's a flyer. Who cares?
Yeah, it can change abilities.
Wow. Well, we didn't draw mana that time.
The good news is we're almost out of manas, so...
Yeah, we can't draw very many more.
Alright. Opponent blocks. Probably with the Scrivener. With the Sky Shroud Troll. And the Scrivener, okay.
And then we Root Wallet Pump.
Right, and then our Root Wallet dies.
Yeah, I don't know why you attacked. Why did you attack?
But I want my opponent's card off the board. We're not getting in a better position by waiting.
He won't attack with the stuff on the ground as long as you can pump. Now he can attack with what lives on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's the point.
We buy ourselves way more turns if we do it the other way.
Yeah, I guess we're on a 4-turn clock.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that, Daniel.
It's probably not the best play.
Yeah, I don't know what, you probably had something in mind.
That's how I thought he was going to block.
So I guess you just didn't think me holding this here means he won't attack me.
I was thinking that the game doesn't get better for us as it keeps going. But I guess we can win with removal, which is what I should... Well, I wasn't say
We definitely can't win with no creatures.
We can win with one creature at his end step, which is what we're going to do. Oh, that's a sorcery. I need to do this now. Alright, what do we want to get back?
Do we have it? Does he have... Why not get back the Regenerator?
We want to push through damage. Is there anything that has, like, flying?
Well, yeah, there's stuff on his side of the board that's flying, right? Maybe it's still all alive.
We can get back Scrivener. That cost us 5 life. We'll go to 9.
That's not a good plan.
And
I think you
they
should get back
die.
the regenerator and just regenerate it every turn. Just use it to block.
You think that's better than the Crescendrix?
No, because just is better.
Alright. Puts us at 10.
It doesn't fly, which means
Our opponent can get through 6 damage. So we're dead in 2 turns.
yeah.
So we have to win next turn.
Well, he has to keep some things back now, but maybe we'll draw a removal spell or 2.
Yeah, that attack... Well, I would have saved that and given my guy Shadow and hitting for 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, I hate
9. He could have hit for 9 this turn.
Yeah. He's not using any of his abilities. We draw very poorly when we're behind.
Well, I did make a very poor attack, so we're further behind than we probably would have been.
Alright, well, that's dead.
Good news is, you can only target legal things. Now, if our opponent does it correctly, they will tap Wind Dancer and redirect to their Wind Dancer. Let's see if they make the play.
Yeah. What? Can I right click to see what this is? Change target spell that targets only to a new target. He is going to do it correctly.
Yep.
You have to okay the abilities.
So our player's not making... Our opponent's not making bad plays, they're just making very conservative plays. If our player didn't really know what's going on, they would not
Well,
have...
they are at 2. I guess that's why they're being conservative. You have to okay all these abilities, I'm pretty sure.
There are a lot of abilities. We are okaying a lot of them.
And then don't attack.
Yeah, we can't attack. But we're still dead.
Huh? How are we dead?
He hits us for 6.
How's he hit us for 6?
Block a 2-2 and get hit with other 2-2.
Oh, okay.
Our opponent might not attack that way. You can think we have lots of things up. In fact, this is a much better line of putting all your counters on the Silver Wyvern. Play more dragons of Darkir? Well, we will be playing more dragons when that set, or when Tempest Remastered is a little older. We'll play a couple sets of this first. Yeah. Alright, next game. Felt rough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, we should have probably drawn a couple cards to bask in the glory of the death, but.
Alright.
Canopy Spider's probably good.
Did we see any tiny flyers?
No, I guess. Well,
We
we
saw
did
the
see one, but.
Alright, I like pulling in Cursed Fleshes against his tiny cards.
Oh, yeah, not to mention they grant fear, which he does not have. Black
Reanimate.
creatures.
I don't know if I like Fugue.
I think that's fine. We just need to cut 3 cards.
I don't like. I didn't see any bounce actually, did we?
No.
I think we cut Harrow.
I think we were to cut the top end too.
Rebreaker Worm.
Leave the regenerator in.
We probably don't need 2 Cursed Fleshes.
Well, actually, they were real good. He had a lot of 1/1s. I guess his 1/1s don't really match up well against our creatures, but...
No, I just want the Cursed Flesh specifically for the Merfolk Leader.
So, I want the Cursed Fletch to grant our things fear and to beat him to death. But,
Yeah, I mean, that's also an option.
so... I don't know if you want 2 reanimates. He kind of had a fast deck. Maybe we should want 2.
You want it this way?
Yeah, like that.
Alright, we'll give that a try. Yeah, we're playing the Tempest Remastered. I know some other people have been playing it before, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. This hand is terrible. I have to mulligan it. 5 lands and 2 spells that don't do anything, which sucks. And I'm going to keep this 5.
Lands and creatures.
Well,
that's a 6, but whatever.
6. Yeah, this 6 is not great.
No.
This 6 is very defensive.
It does
It's very
have
slow.
2 edicts though.
It's the only reason I can keep it. But yeah, this may be the end of our journey.
Oh, if you lose 2, you're done.
Yeah, we get our packs. We get 2 packs, but yeah, we're done.
What is that? His turn? Oh, okay. It's hard to tell whose turn you're on.
It's gray, dark gray, and light gray.
Ah, okay.
If our opponent plays something good, we'll go ahead and Diabolic Edict.
Nope.
No, but as long as we keep drawing lands, we're fine.
I'd like some creatures eventually.
Yeah. If our opponent's not playing anything either, I will be happy to be in a spot where our first creature is Spike Colony, followed up with a bunch of Diabolic Edicts.
I really hope he plays a creature and you can eat it.
Me too. No, he's starting with Sift. I wish we had early aggression to punish this hand. It is terrible on our opponent's side.
Yep, it's terrible on our side too, unfortunately.
I mean,
You have
ours
to say
could
okay
slow
with
down.
that.
No, we're waiting for him to choose.
I would for him to choose it.
He discarded his small card, which would have actually been very good against us.
Alright, so you want to play a land and then that creature?
Oh, yep. Alright, answer Spike Colony. If our opponent plays a creature, we will Diabolic Edict and play Horn Sliver. And if they don't, we might... Actually, I want to move the counters onto my trample creature.
Yeah, I think playing the other creature. Yep.
I'm going to attack first.
I would definitely attack first. Now...
I'm going to play Vampire Hounds. We're going to go ahead and...
Now, it's an instant.
Yeah, we're going to do it on their upkeep.
Well, why not just wait until they play a creature?
Yeah, we messed up. I want to do their upkeep so they had to tap out so they couldn't counter any spells, but yeah.
Nothing? Now do it.
Yep. Sweet art in the background. Oh yeah, Brad has really cool full arts. He has all 5. 2 of them are back here, the mountain and the swamp, and the other 3 are behind us, the bond colors.
Yeah, they're the John Avon Unhinged Lands. They're from Star City Games.
Alright, we're going to put a lot of pressure on. We're going to do Horn
You
Sliver.
should attack first.
No, we're going to play Elven Right this turn.
Oh, I see.
There's no creatures with flash in this set.
So put both of them there? I'd put both of them there.
Yeah. Alright, our opponent is staring down 8 damage. That's a lot of damage. There's no instant speed removal in blue or green. They can bounce something, which I'm fine with.
Huh. Okay, capsize with buyback.
Alright, so that lets me know I do not want to play Khazad-rix.
Yes.
Now that does let me know that Spike Colony moving my counters around will be good. I'll be playing a 3-drop every turn, or a 5-drop, and next turn I'm going to, before attacks,
If he's
play
smart, he'll bounce it right now.
yeah, I'll play Vampire Hounds, move a counter to Horn Sliver, and get in there. I have no idea. Oh, they're playing Cracklin. Should be a good play if I didn't have a second Diabolic Edict.
Yep.
The Capsize needs to be played under a more stable board. Our opponent, if he just had Capsize, would lose the game.
Alright, so...
Alright, we will not be playing the Khazad-rix for the most part until he has to burn his,
Text up all along to the face.
Right,
Yeah.
next turn, our opponent needs to, on their turn, bounce our Spike Colony. If they let us move to another phase, I will move 3 counters which still won't be lethal, but it's going to put him in a really rough spot.
Well, if they balance it and buy it back, though, they're not doing anything else. So
no, they're stopping one of my creatures, and they need to stop 4.
Yeah.
They need to stop 2 of them.
Huh?
It's not bad.
Are they letting you untap?
You just didn't have it.
Okay. Well,
Alright.
I mean, our changes seem fine. Most of them were just because we drew fine, and I mean they didn't seem to draw very many creatures.
So we have few gets an option with our opponent playing so slowly, and as some of the play, it's a little bit better.
Well, so the first game they seemed to play kind of slowly, I guess.
Yeah.
But we didn't draw anything, and
Right.
then the second game.
So I think I'm going to go picking this up. I think I'm going to end up dropping
The reanimate.
the reanimate.
Okay.
It's a lot of pressure.
Now, you like that one or Coercion?
Yeah, this is the most aggressive version of the deck. This is the one I like.
Okay.
The longer the game goes, the less it favors us. Alright, so our opponent is going to go first, which makes few a little worse. But we're really hoping to have them have a 3-card hand. Alright, this is a keep. It's not an exciting keep, but 2 lands. Actually, I was wrong. This would not have been a keep. I thought that this Deathstroke was a Diabolic Edict. This is a terrible hand, and I should not have kept it.
Well, I hope you draw a land.
Um,
I would have played the black mana, but whatever.
Yeah. Hermit Druid. We'll go ahead and Curse Flesh.
Dead.
Yeah. That would give our opponent access to essentially a land each turn, which I'm not okay with. So their Hermit Druid's dead.
It gained fear of death.
For a brief moment, he was forced to be reckoned with. Alright, if we don't draw a land here, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Our opponent could have kept a hand that had 2 lands and a Hermit Druid, though. If I was my opponent, I would not have done that with the amount of removal I have seen. But we're about to find out.
Man, I hope we draw a land. This is going to be a real dumb game if we don't draw a land.
Yeah, our opponent doesn't have a land, so it's also fine. Nope,
Oh,
they have a land.
They have a land. They're not playing anything, though. Capsize?
Meditate.
Ah.
Oh, Twitch. Now, if we don't draw a forest, that's particularly not relevant. Our opponent doesn't have lands. They're just trying to draw lands. We're both trying to draw lands. This is going to be awful.
Stupid.
The
worst part about the game.
Yeah, the only reason that they're playing the Twitch there is they need lands. And they're cycling cards to draw lands. That said, they're favored in that spot. Alright, our opponent has done it. They have gotten out of that land glut. Keeping a hand of a Twitch Hermit Druid, 2 lands, and a Sift is not terrible. You really only have to get 1 or 2 activations to get back into
Seriously, we
position.
better draw land. Oh my goodness! Finally. All right, we might be in business. I'd like another black mana.
Oh, we just want to keep drawing lands. We really don't have a lot going on. This is...
I'd be okay with drawing another creature we could play.
My opponent's going to start playing powerful spells soon.
But that ain't it.
No, it's not.
Alright. Well, if we draw black mana, we can kill them both.
Well, I can also Curse Flesh this.
So you just attack?
I can Elven Rake this. And tackle my 5/5.
Oh, I think I would do that. Yeah.
Go ahead and Curse Flesh this. Alright. My opponent has 1 blocker. Could have Curse Flesh the Trained Armadon, but at a 5/5, I just have to push this through.
Yep. I think that's this play.
Interesting my opponent took it.
Let's see. Two more mana, and you can play that creature you got. In the meantime, we've got nothing but removal. So.
Yep, not exciting.
And he's got nothing but draw cards. So.
Yeah, we'll just take it to the Trained Armadon again. We really want to get the Horned Turtle off the board before we play Diabolic Edict, but we'll see if that's the case. Opponent can only take 1 or 2 more attacks with it. If I was my opponent... Oh, whoa.
Oh, please draw black mana. Punish him so much. Punish him. Nope. It is a creature, though.
And a good creature. Alright, so we have a 3/3.
Are you reading it?
Yeah. Let's try and see if
that one just moves counters back and forth, right?
No, it just makes
1/1s.
Yeah, I was hoping it could take counters because then I could have 2 4/4s, which would be much better than a 5/5 and a 3/5/3. The Curse Flash on the Heartwood was specifically to push through damage, so he would have 1 less turn of blocking. He would have used that as his first chump blocker because it's worse, and I didn't want that to happen, and the mana efficiency is very important with this many double black spells and single black spells in my hand. If my opponent attacks again, we hope to Deathstroke. I am getting to the point where I might just Diabolic Edict to push through 8 damage, put my opponent at 2.
Yeah, I think if he doesn't play a creature, you just do that.
Yeah, we're going to go start with this. See my opponent's response, see what they have in their hand. If they have something...
6 cards, man. They should have something.
Alright, well, we're going to attack for... They can have a bunch of cards that don't really help in this situation. If they try to do anything, the Spike Breeder will move a counter. Yeah, they have a Capsize. Okay, that's fine. Alright, now we have to decide if I want to actually make a 1/1.
You do. Do you have to do it as a sorcerer?
No.
Okay. You should have probably done it on their turn then.
Yeah, I probably should have done it their end step. Alright, so next turn we're going to play Trained Armadon. There's that looter we didn't want to see. Alright, I think we're actually playing Trained Armadon and making a thing.
Alright, so just attack for 2 first.
He'll block here, and they trade.
Yeah, and then you move, and then you make 2 dudes.
Then he just has a 2/2.
Oh, okay. Well, then just let him trade.
Alright.
I mean, you don't really care about that guy.
Well, it represents more counters if I wanted them to, but yeah.
Yeah, we don't got time for that.
Alright, so I can make 1 and play the Trained Armadon, which is what I'm going to do.
I mean, he spent a card to keep his flyer, so.
Yep. And I'm still representing quite a bit of damage on board.
Well, the thing is, he could always capsize one of those back, so.
That's a lot of tempo. There's no way he can afford to capsize 1/1 tokens.
No, he can capsize the Armadon.
That's fine.
But if he capsizes the Armadon, he's not swinging for 2, so.
No, and if he taps with Merfolk Leader, we're going to Deathstroke it. He's going to back Sift, I assume.
Probably.
Nope, let's get back to Elvish Fury. That's interesting. Alright, so remind me we have an Elvish Fury, so I don't make a mistake of attacking into +2/+2.
Right. And it's 1 green mana, so.
It is, and it has buyback 5, so he can use more than 1 if he like. Alright, we're going to go ahead and...
Deathstroke that.
Mm-hmm. Cards in hand 4.
So you can, what, rip 3 of them out?
Let's go ahead and Deathstroke this first. We're going to wait for our opponent to get to 3, and then we're going to feud. And then we're going to win the game, because it will make him discard his card get back spell. So hopefully he plays a land and a spell. That's what we need. He's playing around the Deathstroke, like he should. There's the land.
What did he discard?
Crackling.
Oh, okay.
All
Here's
right.
the land of the spell. So he's gonna plus something in response, unless he's got a better card.
Yep, and then we'll make that decision if we want to attack or not. Now, if I was him, add counter spells, you can loot in the hopes of getting a counter spell.
Ooh, that's a good point. But not any counterspells fit that description of blue, green, green, do they?
Mana Leak. Alright, he didn't do anything, so I'm going to swing with my Armadon. I'm happy trading any of these 2 cards for this. Yeah, setting up the food correctly. Oh, Screw only gets instants. That's right. Okay, I'm thinking of the later one. Thank you for telling me, Seg. Hey, Joe. So my opponent definitely missed an opportunity by not... Whoa, 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 whoa.
He totally took that.
I would have totally hoped to put the thing in there. Or they might be tilting. So the next 2 turns are going to be 5-drop, 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 and 6 drops if we draw land.
Woo! And
this is a 5-4 trample.
unfortunately, they've got the protection for the Wyvern, so we can't Deathstroke it unless they tap their blue out.
Oh, no. If we untap all Deathstroke, he'll kill his Merfolk leader. I'm also fine with that.
Oh, and then you'll just attack for 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Lowland Basilisk helps, but doesn't save you.
Hey, a creature.
Now I have to decide if I want to play the Deathstroke and kill the Merfolk looter, or if I just want to play Spike Colony. I think I just want to play a Spike Colony.
I think you do.
I think I want to attack first, though.
Just attack for 3?
Yeah.
He's probably just going to trade the Basilisk for it.
It's fine.
He doesn't have any cards in hand, so he doesn't have a counterspell.
So that end of combat phase actually only comes up if you have effects that go on the stack usually, unless you put a stop on it because stuff doesn't normally pop up then. Alright. We really would like to draw a land. This Carcinid will help put a lot of damage on. We don't have that many turns. We will be attacking... No, we're keeping the spikes back. I'd rather have these as chump blockers. We can attack with all of them, but...
Yep.
I'm not sure it's where I want to be. Let's see what they've drawn. Maybe a land. At this point, they're probably holding lands.
He's got 1 card. It's probably not a creature here to cast it, so...
Yeah. Hello, viewers.
Now, since you're going to play another creature... Ooh. Target player sacks a creature.
We would need 3 black for that to be good. We're going to go ahead and attack with the Spike Colony.
So you might want to turn the 2 spikes sideways. One of them will get eaten, but the other one will take a damage in. And then you're going to play another creature, so it really doesn't matter.
I'm going to keep them back in case he draws something to put more damage on. I can use these to block his other ground creatures.
I think you should be on the aggressive because he's at 4, but...
Alright.
Not to mention...
I can move those counters, yeah.
Well, so after all this blocking and all this other stuff, he may not have a blue left, so you might be able to Deathstroke.
Oh, I can already Deathstroke. I would do that pre-combat if I was going to.
So now you'll be able to Deathstroke and kill the last one.
I'll be able to Deathstroke and kill this next turn.
Yeah, that. Or why not kill it now?
Kill what now?
So this is going to be dead. So this is the only...
No, it's not.
Leave your 2 black open.
This isn't dying. This is a 3/3. This is a 1/1.
No. But you can Deathstroke this tapped guy now that he doesn't have a guy that
He'll
can
redirect it to my Spike Colony.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, so put a counter on the other guy, and so they'll
We're going to
trade
put
whatever.
it here. Okay, 2. I'm going to use a Diabolic Edict now, though.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize he could target your guys.
Any targets. That's why he's amazing.
Man. I think... you're waiting on him to pick a card.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and... yeah. Trade them. And Diabolic Edict before my opponent draws another card. and hope they don't have the counterspell. And if they have a counterspell, Deathstroke next turn.
Yep.
Alright, my opponent is dead, probably.
All thanks to the power of carrots! Carrots!
Do we have another game to play against this guy? Or did we win 2 in a
No,
row?
no, no. We won 2 in a row.
Oh, nice.
We lost the first game. My incompetence and a couple of not favorable draws led us to
There's a lot of not favorable draws, but mostly your incompetence.
Well, that's right. But, you know, we came back.
You needed
turns
to
out-
drink more carrot juice. That was your real problem there.
I don't know if we have enough carrot juice
It doesn't go down the wind pop, though, so be careful with that.
for a last match. I don't know if we're going to make it.
Oh, well, someone go to the store quickly. There's only us here.
Wervin may be the best blue. It's tough with Wervin or Ephemeron to know which one of those is the best, but those are reasons to be in blue for sure. They're extremely strong. That's one of the nice parts about having a lot of removal, right? I mean, we have 5 pieces of really good removal.
Solid.
Yeah, 4 of them are conditions like it has to be tapped, or there can't be another creature,
If we get
or
to
it kills
pick.
that one first.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad spot.
We do have one where it can't be a black creature. Alright, so now we're going to fight against the guy that got nothing but white cards, mono white, splashing a couple of some color for removal or something.
We're going into the boss fight. This is what's going for the 3-0 to make value off of Tempest Remastered to live the dream.
To live the dream. So does it actually completely pay for itself if you win?
We'll end up a little bit under EV, estimated value or expected value if we lose this match,
okay.
and we'll end up significantly ahead otherwise. We'll get 6 packs for winning, and we get the same thing as everyone else for losing. So had we done an 8-4, this would have turned out better for us, but usually that's not the case.
Yeah.
We might have been supposed to go to 8-4. So it's hard to say.
I don't know if I didn't want to do our first one as an 8-4. Just because.
I think if you lose and you're out. You're out.
Yeah, I didn't want to do our
So
first
we should have
one.
done Swiss or 8-4. I don't mind 6-2-2-2s. Like, they're fine. They're all the same to me, really. We have 11 viewers. Yes, we would like to play first. And yes, we would like to keep this hand that goes 2-drop into 2/3 drops.
Wait, what 2-drop? Whoa, that's a 3-drop.
Yeah, we have 2 lands, 2 2-drops. We have 2 turns to draw a land, which, you know.
I mean, if you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it. Whatever.
I almost skipped my first main
you
phase,
almost skipped your first turn there.
which is highly not recommended.
Nope.
Oh, it's the white deck!
I told you.
See, the good news is we have the Deathstroke. That will help us fend it off. We're going to drop
Probably Spike Walla.
probably
Walla.
the Vampire
Oh,
Hounds.
the Vampire Hounds. Okay.
Oh, they're green-white. That's not...
Ooh. What could possibly go down? Shadow! That's what's coming down. Well, so they're not blocking us and we're not blocking them.
Alright, we're hoping to draw a land next turn so we can Harrow and play Rewallow. If we don't, we will Harrow and Deathstroke. I really want to get to our big guys. That's really what's
So
going to
after drawing that Harrow, I would have actually cast the Woot Walla, so you could Harrow Root Walla no matter what.
Yeah. That's a good point. That's a nice line. But I think I'm rather going to Deathstroke this little...
Oh
this
yeah,
hand.
I would definitely Deathstroke that. Give
Unless I drew the land. And then I want to put more damage on the board.
Wow.
It's fine. Alright, so we're going to sacrifice a swamp. Get 2 swamps. Deathstroke is Sultari.
Swing. Definitely.
No.
He doesn't have the mana. We have the creature.
Well, I'm trying to think if I want to keep him back or not, but I mean, I guess the fact of the matter is...
We can draw. We can dump the 6-drop if he wants to trade.
Well, more importantly, I can just Deathstroke his Ringwalla.
Yeah.
Alright, we're really hoping to draw the land next turn. I really would just rather play the Spy Colony or Ringwalla Deathstroke. Now, it'll be interesting to see if he pumps here.
I mean, he probably will if he doesn't have anything else. Yeah, he doesn't have anything else, so...
It's very good for us. Our opponent not developing the board and spending all this time to
doing stuff that's...
or they might have a 2-drop shadow creature.
Yeah, probably. Which is fine. We'll be able to race that easily.
Oh, it's a first striker. Nice.
I'm going to probably discard the Horn Sliver.
Worth it.
Well...
I mean, they probably won't block.
I want him to block.
I know you want him to. He probably won't.
I'm sad.
I really need to draw some more mana.
Yeah. We just need one more land and Spike Colony to be good. We also have 4 drops that'll work.
Yeah, I think he's just going to try to race us.
I think our opponent's flooded.
Well, we're not hurting, but... Come on, green mana.
Another Rewalla.
Ooh. Whoa. So you want to start by attacking?
I do not want to attack him. I'm on the defensive. We're going to play Rootwalla and hold up Vampire Hound's ability and discard the Horn Sliver. We're going to die.
Keep a green mana open.
Yeah, we're not the beatdown. We are definitely the defensive deck here. Which is not where I want to be, but the good news is...
now, will you chump 2 creatures?
They're not chumps, they're trades.
No, I mean, will you discard 2 creatures to keep your vampire alive?
I'm going to block my Rootwalla on his Rootwalla, my Vampire Hound's on his Youthful Knight.
Okay.
I want to play my 5 and 6 drop. I think they're better than the creatures he's likely to have with how aggressive he is.
You know, I'd actually put your Vampire Hounds on his Rootwalla.
And discard the Horn Sliver.
Because I think having the Rootwalla every turn you pump would be better.
Well, I won't have any mana if I draw. Yeah, I guess that's true. It's close.
So if you play a big creature, you don't need it.
Yeah. It is the safer play. It's just less advantage.
So I would have not pumped yet if I were you. If I were him.
Yeah.
I would have waited till you made yours bigger.
I would have let them trade.
Yeah, I know. He gets more value this way, I guess. He pays 2 of his mana he doesn't need.
Oh, God.
There's that guy.
That's going to be a problem. We are very low on turn. We got 6 turns.
Yeah. Well, 2 first strikers means that guy can't attack.
The good news is, if we can draw another land, we may be able to race. Because, I guess that has vigilance too. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, we're taking 2 forest rock every turn. He can also gain 4 life if he needs to.
We need
a very well built deck.
Oh, that's not our sliver, Sanguine. That's their sliver. We're the bottom players. We need to draw the Dark Ritual.
What?
We need Dark Ritual. Dark Banishing. Dark Banishing is where we want to be at.
I mean, any sort of removal will be appreciated.
Well, no, because Deathstrokes don't do anything.
We don't have Deathstroke in there.
Yeah, we do. That's the black kill target tap.
Oh, okay. We've already played both of those, haven't we?
No, yeah, we have. Wow.
What in the world was that guy do?
It requires a blocker.
It forces blocks. Whoa.
We can play green, make this a 4/4, make this a 5/5, and kill his creature when he attacks with it.
I think that's the best play. That's unfortunate, but...
Or we can...
I think the best play is to just hold. What does that one do, the Spike Colony? Does it
we can attack with the
counters?
Rootwalla. Let's attack with the Rootwalla.
Double first strike.
Right, I can also put the counter on it and give me a 5/5. Well, we're going to die that way, too. We just die anyway. It's cut out.
Well, he can just take 5 and then kill us on the backswing. Don't cast that. I'm pretty sure you want to block.
Pretty sure that I'm going to trade my Spike Colony for his Crashing Boars. That's the right tag. I have to keep adding to the board.
Doesn't he force one to block, or just force a block?
It forces a block.
Oh, okay.
I will choose my Spike Colony to trade with his Crashing Wars. It's an okay trade.
Wow.
We can gang block, and that way he doesn't... Yeah. We're going to block with all of these creatures, and he can choose which two he'd like to get rid of. Which I'm fine with, because I can't use the rewall ability.
He can actually only kill one of them.
Right. Then what I'm saying is he can choose... If he has a pump spell. That's what I was worried about.
A pump spell would wreck us, though.
Yeah, well, if he kills the trained Armadon, then that's the best case scenario for us. In fact, I have no idea why he would kill the trained Armadon first. But it looks like we've given our opponent an opportunity to fail. Unless they have another... Okay. I don't know if they know how combat damage works. Because that was a terrible block.
Unless he's got an ability. Apparently he doesn't.
I still think we're dead, though. He's got 4 damage we can't get through every turn.
Yeah.
We've got the beef, we just don't have the removal. So we're going to be bringing in the Cursed Fleshes.
Yep.
Gets rid of a lot of his cards. It makes a lot of his cards weaker as well.
Yeah, I don't think we need the reanimate. It wouldn't help us right now. Well, actually, it would reanimate his shadow guy.
Yeah, it's only a 1/1, but it would help some, but there's not many creatures we want to reanimate. This is more about stabilizing the board.
He's just going to do what I would do and turn the creatures that we can't block sideways. Oh, we can also put the maze in there.
And we'll also bring in the maze for the couple shadow creatures.
Well, we're dead. So...
If we had just a few more damage, we would not be dead. That's the ridiculous part. We have 12 damage on board.
Yep.
If we just had one more turn to live, we would have won. Not really. Our opponent would have blocked and killed us.
Wonder if he's going to block side. Probably.
That's what I would do.
Block sack, game 2.
Yeah. Our opponent still has to respect the idea that we have an overrun, which obviously would have...
Sorcery.
Either side. We didn't have a chance to play it.
Oh, okay.
Our opponent thinks we can still have one. I'm aware our opponent could have one, but we were not in any position to do anything. Oh, this is... Okay. He has an Anoint.
Alright.
So we are bringing in kill spells. We are taking out probably top end. I don't think we need to be that much bigger than our opponent. Let's see what we got from the sideboard. This green-white deck is pretty good.
Yeah, we knew it would be, though. Alright, we definitely want the Cursed Flesh.
Cards I'm considering bringing in. Cursed Flesh. Rats of Wraith.
What about Stargomancy? Is that worth it?
No, we'll lose life on that. Cards.
Alright, what about that 2/1 that we have?
I already brought it in.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Alright, we brought in 2 Cursed Fleshes to kill early spells. And we still have the Edicts, the Deathstrokes to kill things. The Canopy Spider, which trades well with his 1 toughness creatures that can block.
The Elven Right, which pumps our stuff to make it bigger than his stuff. We could probably just leave that. Now, we might want to take out the 6/6, but then we might be ramping into nothing.
We took out the ramp.
Okay, so do we want to take out the 5/4 also? We took out the biggest one, right?
I think we're going to take out the Serpent Warrior.
Yes, I think so. 3/3 for 3 that loses 3 life. I mean, it does block a lot of his stuff.
I think I'd rather have the Trample to end the game when we need it.
Okay.
How many 3-drops do we have? 1, 2,
don't forget
3,
the
4,
shadow
5, 6.
thing. The shadow maze or whatever it is. Maze of shadows.
Yeah. So we're going to pull in
I probably want to pull out a forest? Or you want to pull out an actual card?
I think we're going to run like that.
Okay. So we've got everything to stop shadow that we got, basically.
Actually, I think we're going to go here.
That's fine.
Maybe I don't want a Horn Sliver, and I do want a Serpent Warrior.
So our slivers will get his sliver abilities? He was playing at least one of them?
Nah, it's not really. Either way, I think that's where we want to be.
So you took out a forest and added the maze, right? It shouldn't be too messed up.
Not sure the Rats of Wrath match up well.
It's a 2-1.
It matched up against his Sliver, but it didn't match up against his first strike guy.
Oh yeah, maybe you should take it out then.
What are we running instead?
Another sliver, I guess.
Why? Does the 1 toughness matter?
Nope.
I don't want to run the Rats. If the 1 toughness doesn't matter, I want to run the Rats.
Well, if you're gonna run the rats, you can run the Sargomancy.
No, that does damage to me every turn. I don't have a...
Only if you... Yeah, but you can use the Rats of Wrath to attack it. It's not very good.
No, it's not.
It's a little weak.
Yeah, alright, let's play Flares. Let's see what we got. Looks like it keeps.
Creatures.
Yeah.
Just not low-end creatures, which is sad. I'd play the Swamp first.
Alright, we're going to try to play the anti-shadow card later if we drew it early, so that our opponent plays the shadow cards and we can just use 1 land to keep it tapped down.
Ooh. Alright, just keep drawing things to play on curve. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, we just want to draw 1 more land. If our opponent plays something, we'll Edict.
I don't think I'd eat that. I think I'd just play the Rural.
I think I'm going to Edict that.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't have other turns to play it.
It's just it's better if it gets a shadow creature or something.
It is, but I mean, that, and I have to spin the mana on the Rewalla.
Okay.
And in this position, I can now, like, next turn I can attack with the Rewalla and then the Spike Reader. So I'm trying to get to the point where he's on the defensive, because that makes all of his shadow cards very bad if he's defensive.
Very, very bad. Alright, well, that doesn't stop us.
Nope.
Well, that's not what you want.
Nope. This is what I want. Alright, so we've got a Spike Breeder. I really like Reality Anchor to just eat one of his cards if I can. That may not be an option. I might just end up having to cycle it if we don't draw a land next turn. Likely to use the Root Wall ability and the Reality Anchor if I can't do anything else. And I'll do that during my second main phase, so if I draw a creature, a land, I can play land. That's still not doing anything.
I would rather go ahead and hold the Reality Anchor.
If I don't have anything else to do, I don't have anything
You
else.
just draw land anyway, so it doesn't matter. So now you just attack, right?
Yep, I think I attack with both. If he double blocks, that'll be 3. If he double blocks, then I can move 2 counters to this and have a 4/4. That can become a 6/6.
Well, why wouldn't you double block, though?
What? He'll double block here. He'll
Yeah,
try
so why give him the chance? Just attack with the one guy.
because then you can double block here, which doesn't do anything.
I mean, you take out his first strike guy, but you leave his vigilance guy. Why not just let him take 2? And then
Yeah.
play another dude?
Yeah, that is a better...
And now, next turn, you're going to have a bunch of mana you can move counters around.
Yeah. It's interesting that our opponent's playing a Standing Troops in such an aggressive deck.
He probably is sideboarding that for us.
Yeah.
Because look how many of our things it blocks.
If I was him, I would still try to be going under.
I think he probably figured out he couldn't do that, and he just got lucky last time.
With enough aggression, this is not a bad place. Yeah, Elvish Fury is a blowout. It's a card that, unfortunately, not really in too much of a position to play around. If we wait too long, his shadow creatures will really dominate the board. But starting next turn, we'll be swinging with Root Walla and Spike Colony every turn.
So now you just attack with all, right?
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything he can do.
No, I'll just move a counter here. Wherever if he double blocks, I'll move a counter. If he doesn't double block.
Well, you should always pump Root Walla, though, after blocks or not, right? Because you're not going to play anything else, basically.
Yeah. We're going to be keeping...
So this is a bad position for him. Because any of his blocks are bad. Unless he has some really good spell to back it up.
We're actually probably going to cycle Reality Anchor just to keep pressure on him.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't need to kill one of his shadow creatures. He's not.
That's a good point. He is on the back pedal, so.
I would rather see more steam. I'll target one of his creatures in case he has a removal spell. There's just a few white ones.
Okay. So now you just pump Root Wall, right?
Yeah, those can bounce. I'll kill the standing troops.
Bounce, they'll die. What's getting 4/4? That guy?
+4/+4 end of turn. Draw a card. Alright, let's go ahead and move a card.
You want to move one to Root Wall? I think one to Root Wall is a good idea. And then another one to the other guy, maybe.
Yeah, one to each. It's interesting that he took that line. He probably feels like he has to. And he does. Because otherwise he would take quite a bit. Or if we had a Dark Banishing, it would have been a blowout.
That's true. And we might draw one next turn.
Well, our opponent also just took 5 damage.
Yep.
They have to attack at some point. We have things like Deathstroke to keep pushing forward, so I really do like cycling the Reality Anchor next turn.
Yeah.
We have a...
Unless we end up moving more counters. Doesn't look like we are, though.
No, if they have another Gallantry, which is an uncommon, I don't expect them to, then that would be rough. There are some white tricks that can really tear us up. Not saying that there's not. Our opponent does have 5 cards to our 2. They have quite a bit more cards. Oh, they drew one off Gallantry, so they've spent 2 cards, and we've spent 2 cards.
Oh, Vigilance, of course.
Yeah.
So I like how you made that guy a 4/4, so now you can attack through the standing troops.
Trying to keep that pressure on as much as possible.
Wow.
Alright, I think we just Elven right here.
I think you put one on Root Wall and one on the other.
Yeah.
What happened? There you go. That's how I wanted it.
Let's go ahead and attack. We might not have need to play that because it doesn't change the clock.
That's true, but it makes you not have to pump Root Wall.
Yeah.
So, anything he does will not cost you mana, basically. I didn't know Smite was in the set.
Let's go ahead and see if we can...
I don't know what you could possibly draw. If you had one more mana, Dark Banishing would do it. I'd say just let it go.
Yeah.
How many more tricks could he possibly have? I say and hope we don't find out.
Probably not too many. At the end of turn, if he doesn't do anything else, I will Reality Anchor to draw a card. If he tries to kill our guy, I'll make 2 1/1s. Which aren't doing too much. This standing troops is doing a lot more work than I expected.
That's true. It's getting supported by a lot of cards, though.
Yeah. If he plays a trick every turn, we'll get there.
Smite was the bane of my existence last time it was reprinted. Actually, you should make a creature anyway.
It can't attack through its stuff.
Well, okay. Your 4/4 attacks through stuff just as well, though, so.
That's true. I'd rather just have the 5 here because I can't pull it back in case he plays a 4/4 or something. Oh gosh, does he have another trick?
Here's another trick. I'll be very sad.
He's probably blocking because he thinks we have a trick. Oh jeez. Ow.
Well, this doesn't kill ours.
No, that puts us at neutral. That means our opponent every turn has to anoint, not to die. The good news is for him that he can play an anoint in case he would die. So every turn they can attack for 1 and anoint.
So 1.
If he leaves it up and we're not going to attack again, I'm not attacking into a combat trick. Psych! I'm totally attacking into a combat trick because he loses fairly soon.
Death.
There's not many white protection effects in this set, unfortunately for him. So
I don't think there's anything he can do against that.
yeah, so it looks like we're going to go to game 3, hopefully. That said, game 3 could be really close.
So, did we see very many sideboard cards? He kind of saw a slow hand, I guess.
He might be playing more defensively, which I really don't like. If I was him, I would be more aggressively. An aggressive hand of his could have beaten us.
Could have.
That could have been an exceptionally aggressive hand for him, though. We don't know. We'll find out in game 3 when he goes first. Let's hope it's a creature that enters the battlefield tapped.
Oh.
There are none of those, but it would make me happy. Oh!
Or that.
Spike Feeder.
Which you can declare as blocking and then...
Gain 2, which
gain
doesn't
2.
do much, but...
he can actually gain 4.
No, he only has 2 mana.
Oh, he only has 2 mana. No, you can just remove a counter to gain.
Oh!
Yeah,
Spike
it doesn't
Feeder.
cost mana. Are we waiting on him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think if I want to remove a counter or not.
You do. You do want to remove a counter. In fact, you might want to remove 2. I think you want to remove 2. Trust me, you want to remove 2.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm attacking with all of them, and he has to.
He has to block, so. And then...
Well, he has the anoint.
Okay, so that's fine. Just turn them all sideways.
Oh, yeah, he just eats one. Sacrifice, yeah.
No, he doesn't eat one. He blocks like that, and then he removes a counter to gain 2, and then he anoints.
Yeah. I like... I don't know. He just gained 2. It's interesting.
Alright, so now you explode your creature into 1/1s next turn and kill him.
We'll see how many creatures he plays or not.
Well,
he plays 2 creatures.
I mean, if he plays 2 creatures, no. But he probably won't. You're probably going to make a bunch of creatures. Yep. Okay, well, didn't matter.
Alright, we're going to keep this the same. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go use the restroom real quick. I'll be back in less than 2 minutes.
Well, we hope you are.
I hope I am too.
I think I can handle mulligans and playing a card. I probably have the interface almost down by now.
Well, we can go for it soon.
So it turned out making the 2 creatures was the best play, and it ended his game in 1 more turn. Whereas not doing it, he would have been able to stave off the death for a few more turns.
Brad, do you want to play the winning match? You can probably get it. If time gets low, then I can take over.
Okay.
I mean, the deck is
I'm gonna be really slow with hitting F4 though, because
F2.
exactly.
Yes.
Do we hit anything? Submit deck?
If you're ready, is there any changes you want to make? I don't think so.
I think it's good.
All right, submit deck.
All right, so he's obviously going first.
All right.
We have 2 green.
It's a keepable hand.
It's fine. It's not great.
All right, so you want to put your finger on the F2 button and just F2 whenever it says OK.
Because it's his turn?
Yeah, you don't want to push it ahead of time like that, though.
Oh, okay.
You want to get used to it as soon as you see the OK on the side. All right.
So now I'll play land, and then F6?
Yeah, if you'd like to F6. You can also F6 on his turn. You just don't want to double tap F6.
So 1 time, don't touch nothing else.
All right, F2, or no, sorry. You want to play land and then F2. Or F6, it doesn't matter.
We don't have anything to play.
Do you want to make that bigger? Here.
Yeah, let's in fact make that bigger. Can I just grab here? Oh, wow, that's way better.
Okay, well now you won't be able to read the cards on board as well.
I don't need the cards on board. I know what they say. So now we're done. F6.
Alright, so now we're really needing to draw a swamp. If we draw a swamp, I think Vampire Hands is the play.
Just give me a land. Come on.
Actually, if we draw a land, that's a Trained Armadon. The 3/3s are great.
Depends on what he plays, but yeah.
You need to hit it. You're on the OK on the side. You have to hit it again. Just keep your, Oh, Charging Paladin. That's a good card.
Nice. Okay. So now the Armadon is the best play.
Yeah, you can hit F6. 8 minutes I'm going to take over.
Alright, that's
we're
fine.
really ahead.
We did not draw a land unless it's off screen.
We did not. You need to discard. So hit F6. And we're discarding Cursed Flesh.
F6. Wow.
You need to hit F6. So we still have 1 more turn to draw and be very live. We have a lot of good spells. We have a good curve. You don't want to hit F6 again. You're going to skip our turn.
Oh, okay.
But we need it. Oh, so Reality Anchor on his card. And tap the lands and hope for the land.
Wow.
All right, so we're getting rid of the Carcinid. F6. Sometimes you keep hands and you don't draw any lands for...
How many turns is this?
1, 2, 5 turns.
Plays 3? Okay.
We haven't drawn any lands for 5 turns, and, can't be helped. Sometimes the games aren't exciting and they aren't good.
I hate losing like this.
It happens. I mean, there's nothing we can do. But we could have mulliganed the 2-land hand, but I actually feel very comfortable with 2-land hands. Their Canopy Spider does.
Alright, well, it's better than discarding.
Yep. So here we are. Turn 7. No more lands.
Yep.
The good news for us is if we do hit a string of lands and our opponent's not really putting much more pressure, you can go ahead and F6. It automatically pulls up blocking.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and block the, whatever. It doesn't matter.
What am I trying?
You're not blocking yet. You're in attackers. Hit OK. Now click your blocker. Now click a creature. Now hit F6. Our opponent's not playing suppressingly good creatures. Alright. Now you can drop your Trained Armadon.
Oh, man. That sucked.
If we draw a swamp... Remember, if our opponent's flooded, like they didn't play a good creature that turn, and we're not, we do stand the chance to get back into the game. We just need to keep drawing cards. You need to F6. And you go ahead and F2 until blockers. And I guess we will put our opponent on stuff. We want to pull the tricks out of their hands. Oh, they're playing something good.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. We'll double block it. That's fine.
Well, we actually have Elven Right.
Oh, yeah. Instead of Rewallet.
So we...
The Trained Armadon. You make a 5/5.
So we F2 in the attack phase.
Our opponent doesn't have anything, but
F2 again.
F2 again.
F2 again.
All right. Do you want to Elven Right, or do you want to play another Trained Armadon?
Elven Right's probably the best play. We just put it on a Trained Armadon, and then he can't come to us.
Because we can play Trained Armadon and then triple block his card with 7 power and toughness, and then he trades his card for our Trained Armadon.
Okay, you're probably correct. That's probably the best.
And we want to get more guys out on the board.
Alright, so... Boop.
If he has a trick, he has a trick, but if he has a trick, he beats Elven
Now
Right
we have
anyway.
6, right?
Yeah. Next turn, if he... Yeah, we're not attacking for a while. We lose to a lot of things here. There's a lot of what ifs, so you need F2. Or you can just hit F6. It'll block it with your blockers.
Alright.
Alright.
So we just click all of them?
Yeah, just...
Alright, hit F2.
I mean, he can only kill one of them. So choose a top creature. Just pick one.
Oh, sorry.
That's the ability. And now click all your guys, and you need to click on his guy. Click on your guy. Click on your guy. And hit OK. F6 it, and see what they do. If he has a trick, he has a trick. But he needs a lot more than just one trick. Anoint doesn't save him. Anoint and Elvish Fury does. That's about it. Whereas, with the other one.
Alright, if we draw a land, I think Elven Right would be the best thing to play.
Probably just Spike Breeder.
Or Rootwalla.
Spike Breeder. You just want more creatures on the
Yeah.
You gotta play Rootwile and Elven Right on the same turn.
Oh. Dang.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, we got a land, finally.
Alright.
So...
We only need to kill the Sultai Priest. So I think we play...
Spike Breeder and start attacking?
No, Spike Breeder. If he just attacks with the Sultai Priest, then we can start looking at doing other stuff. But we want to be able to double block Canopy Spider and Train Armadon on the Rootwalla.
So we just have 6?
Yeah. And then next turn we hope to draw another land. If we draw one more land, because we can't afford to attack, then we can do Rootwalla, Elven Right, or Rootwalla, Elven Right, probably. Or Vampire Hands, Elven Right. Depends on what we think we're going to do. It's probably, actually, Vampire Hands, Elven Right, because we want to have Spike Colony after that. You need to have F6.
F6.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see.
So what do we do?
It's be a 5/5. We just block with Spike Breeder and Charmed Amadon and trade one of our cards for one of his cards.
Like that?
And we put Canopy Spider on there too. It's not like the kill. Nope, I'm gonna put that one too. That way, if he has an Anoint, he can't get around it. Or Anoint still gets around it. No, it doesn't. So our opponent probably kills Spike Breeder, which is fine. It uses up their mana, which is fine. Like, we don't want them developing their board. We want to desperately draw a Dark Banishing so we can get to a point where we're not going to die. And we're just trying to extend the game. It's still F6'd. So on our turn, if we don't draw a land, I still think it's probably Rootwalla or Vampire Hands. I'm not sure. Diabolic Edict doesn't really do a lot. Alright, so now you have to choose between Spike Colony or Rootwalla Elven Right. What do you think is be better? Now if we play, actually I think it's Rootwalla Elven Right and putting a counter on
one here, or one here, one on Rootwalla.
Yeah, we want a bunch of 3/3s, and then you can attack with one of your 3/3s. So you have a 3/3 Rootwalla and a 2/4 Canopy Spider, right?
Sure.
Sounds good. And then we want to start putting pressure on our opponent. Well, you know what? You could make a 4/4 trained arm. No. We definitely want to have the 3/3.
One here and one here?
Well, we don't have to put one on the Rootwalla. We could put one... hit cancel. We could put one on the Canopy Spider, one on the Trained Armadon.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we can swing in with the Trained Armadon for 4. And try to put our opponent on some amount of pressure.
He'll probably...
F6. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take over because we got 8 minutes. And this game might actually take a little bit longer. And it wasn't bad, but we just need to move
I'm just real slow.
Brad will pick up as we keep going. And I think...
yeah. It's just a lot of clicking random keys, it seems, to me, right now.
It's an awkward control.
It's really just so you don't mess it up, even though putting it in those weird keys, it messes it up for me.
Yeah. If we can get the Sky Shroud off the board... Oh god, they're playing something.
Yep.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, they should double block. We kill the Charging Paladin. That's fine. Go we trade a card for a card. Alright, next turn we attack with the Root Walla.
I don't know why they would bother blocking when they were in so many... Well, I guess they had the combat trick. Whatever.
Pull pressure off the board.
Okay, well...
We need to draw something very quickly.
Yep. I guess we just play our biggest dude. I would just play the biggest one.
Yeah, we're going to Diabolic Edict. I can also block this with my spider. But yeah, we're probably dead. We really didn't get much pressure on early.
Wow, that stunk.
The prize to sacrifice the Sky Shroud. I was hoping we could get them to sacrifice the Vital Sliver and somehow kill the Sky Shroud so we could get rid of a relevant creature, but I don't think we're getting there. We're going to chump block here. Sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. Dark Vanishing, come on.
We have a lot of openings. We have 2 Death Strokes, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like we're just dead. We're just probably dead.
Well, that's not the worst.
No, we're not technically dead this turn either. Now we have exactly 1 turn to draw something, basically anything.
Yeah, I guess we're not done. We're not dead yet.
Then starting next turn, we can start attacking with the Root Walla. Which doesn't do anything because they have an
we
Anoint.
can't. We'll be at 1. He's got 4 dudes, so we've got 1 life.
Alright, we really need to draw a removal spell this turn. We haven't drawn any. We have quite a few. So it's not necessarily unlikely. See what it turns out to be.
Well, we're dead.
Alright, let's let our opponent go ahead and finish this off. That'll be it. We were at a couple openings. That said, even drawing the removal spell wouldn't put us at winning. It would put us at stable. We would be ahead on the board from that position, right? If we had the removal spell, we would have let our opponent sack the land. We would have killed their spell. We would have been able to blank this card, and we would have had 3 creatures to their 2. We actually might have won if we drew a removal spell. That wasn't the case. We did get 2 packs of Tempest, which isn't terrible. And we have unlocked a bunch of cards that we got. So it wasn't terrible, guys. What time is it?
It is 2:22.
2:22. I think we're going to call it a wrap. But actually, one thing I did want to do. So I want to look over the Modern Masters. So new Modern Masters over. And I think we're going to kind of review some of the Modern Masters cards. And talk about that. Yeah, the new... so it's one of the odder arts on Paladin Beck. I'm surprised. I think it's the original Tempest art, though. So we're going to pull...
Well, if you're going to do that, let's pause the stream and then start a new video so it's easier to...
Sure. We'll be back in less than, just 1 second. We're going to change the stream title real quick, guys.
Yep.